Okay. Hello, lovely dispatchers. Welcome back to another podcast.
Woo!
You don't know this, but we're currently in the middle of the podcast.
Heck yeah!
Let's go. We are so quirky. Oh my god. Okay, time for some. Oh wait, ask you guys questions. Oh okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Welcome back, guys. Let's go on to our host, our lovely host. So today we got the immaculate Imer. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, Tam.
Awesome. Yes. Okay, today's question. Let's go a little bit nostalgic because this episode everybody's been waiting for it. So and we get to see our lovely beloved characters again. Oh my god. Spicy apps. So sorry, I had to be a little cringe there. So the question for today is what's something in the past that you're nostalgic for and would love to see brought back?
Love to see brought back.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very interesting. A lot. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe like Boomerang. Maybe bring back the shows.
Yes.
More like mainstream.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that in Toonami. Those were the best back then. Great
Yeah.
question. I mean, great answer.
You're welcome.
Okay, now we're moving on to moving on to the very hello. Did he even get to introduce you? Zesty, Jiggly, Jpeg.
Hello!
Hi, how are you?
Pretty well. I'm actually well rested today, which is, like, doesn't usually happen. It's a shame that someone else wasn't well rested, but that's fine.
Tea.
I actually had, like, 8 hours of sleep tonight, which is, like, probably the best I've ever had for any of these. Usually I'm running on, like, 1 or 2 hours of sleep.
Oh, you had 8? Nice.
Yeah, I did,
Wow. Congratulations on being functioning.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So same question to you. What's something in the past you're nostalgic for?
Good question. That's a really good question. I didn't even think of an answer. God damn it. Okay, this is gonna sound really bad, but I kind of miss the pandemic. Not because it was good, because obviously a lot of people got sick or died, or a lot of stuff happened. But because I felt like it was a time where the world was very like we were all in kumbaya. Everyone's like we're all suffering, so we were all like going through stuff together and stuff. So it was nice. Like now, I feel like everyone is kind of an asshole to each other.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like
the whole aftermath of that.
2 to 4 years ago, it was like what, we're all suffering. There's no point being an asshole. Let's support each other and all that. I thought that was cute. Yeah, that's what I'm missing.
Yeah.
I miss that.
I would agree. Yeah, we were very much connected in a way due to suffering, but yeah.
Yeah, I felt like there was more of a understanding, like a coexistence of everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, now we're in a war.
Multiple.
Wow. Oh wait, that is too problematic.
We're now a political podcast. Who could guess?
Yeah.
Oh god, cut it.
Yeah. No YouTube. No, we're not doing that. Okay. Well, that might be it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I guess it's time to
actually talk about the episode.
Episode review.
Okay, so
episode 19.
Since the others are like getting milk right now, well, I guess we'll just do the 3 of us. All 3 of us will say our number.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's only 3 of us. Only 3 of us. Might as well.
Okay, so one of us gets immunity. Okay, got it.
No, all 3 of us get to go. Who wants to go first?
What? The ranking of this episode? Like a 9. I think it was pretty good. A lot of the elements I think hit the great hangout feel of this episode that was needed. I think also the challenge is interesting, how we get to see these characters collab in a challenge, even though we didn't get to see that much because of the premieres kind of being brutal. But I think it provided a lot. I feel like the reason I had the dock points were because of the challenge, but that is no big deal because I don't mind that. I don't mind the challenge being simple if that means more interaction. I think things could have maybe been better, but like I think overall this episode hit a lot of characters. I gained so much more appreciation for like so much of the cast. Even like one little scene can make a character go up exponentially. I think that's the amount of care that was put into this episode, and it should be recognized within the review. But that's why I think of it like a 9.5.
Yeah. I will give it the distinguished 10 out of 10. I think that this episode will go down as in the top 5 of the DC trilogy. I gave a list before, and this one was my 4th favorite. I like episode 18 a little more, but this one is starting to grow on me, just because of the vocal performances and the animation and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I rank the scripts, I put this under 18, but I would put this above 18 now. I think that like it's a hangout episode, and sadly, like this show cannot have that many because it's a show where people get eliminated one by one. I know a lot of, well, maybe not a lot of people, less people than I thought were like, oh, why couldn't every episode be like this? And the reason why is because they're voting each other out, right? There's drama, there's conflict. That's the crux of the show, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's inspired by a show called Total Drama, right? Not Total Let's All Hang Out and Have a Good Time. That's called like Full House or like Friends or like I don't know, like Community. I guess I don't know other like sitcoms.
Community.
But it did give that sitcom feel, and I really did like that because it's really unexpected. And I do think that a lot of characters really got to shine here. Whenever I would talk about characters getting like their arcs paid off at the end of the series, this is what I meant. A lot of people were like, oh, you saved Hunter, you saved Ellie, you guys, the writers saved Tom. It's like, we didn't save them. It was planned that way. It was planned that the payoff happens at the end of the season. Like how most stories work, right? So I think saved is the wrong word. I think like this was always the plan, right, Tam? Like this was always the end game for these characters.
Yeah.
They would have like, in the first parts of the season, they would like be kind of unlikable, go through a lot, have these faults, and the end of the season would show that they've really grown. You know, we'll go into more of that later, but like saying save just feels wrong to me because it was always planned that way. We didn't like just rescue them from the ground up.
Yeah.
This was their. It's called having an arc, right? You outgrow those flaws.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just nice to see everyone again. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you say more methodical because like some people thought it was damage control. I thought it was like more connected. It was set up.
It's like no, when you write a story, like most people probably don't realize this because look, I'm gonna say it. Most people probably don't write stories. You have like the ending, and the ending is like one of the first things you have in mind, right? The end point for your characters, right? We didn't just say, oh, we're gonna make all these characters unlikable assholes. Like there is an end point. There is a point where they will outgrow those flaws. They will learn through development. So it's not damage control. This was always planned.
I know, and the way they can't fathom that is like, oh my god, so irritating.
Yeah.
It's like, God, you can get so much out of just a little bit. Like, just chill out.
Yeah. Like, Ellie, for example, it's like, oh, I don't like the direction Ellie's going. She's so unlikable. Yeah, she's unlikable now so that when she outgrows it later, it feels awesome. When it's clear that she cares more about Gabby and her friendship and all that stuff, it's like, oh my god. She's come such a long way. And it's like, if she started out perfect already, then it's less satisfying, right? If she started out already like...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little ramble. I'm sure there'll be a few more as we continue throughout the episode. Go on, Tam.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I would give it a 10 out of 10 too. Just like amongst like all the rest of the episodes, I feel like this is what y'all been yapping about. Like... since the very beginning, like since your phase went out, you guys been yapping for this episode, and now it's here. Now, are you happy now? So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I really enjoy like seeing everybody there, and I feel like nothing got like, I don't know what's the word, like derailed or anything. Like it's strange to like rate an episode like this so high out of a strategic like competition game, show like this, but I mean, I think this is what you guys wanted for these characters, and you can't really do that in the short capacity of an elimination show. So just to see this kind of like change of pace is really good, and I think like they chose like very good interactions to focus on too, like Gabelli, Huntes, Yul and James. We'll get on that later. But yeah, this episode was just really fun, and I think like the challenge part 2 was also like it gave like a lot of fun material too, and a lot of the parts were still connected to the main story. And I think that we really earned this episode after a long journey of just seeing Jake and like Allie and like oh my god and Rhea. God.
Like the placement of the episode is very
it's good.
intentional as this breath of fresh air before the finale, but also because like you get to see the final contestants back to back to back in 1920 and 21, right?
Yeah.
I know Emer, you didn't like it at first, but now it makes a bit more sense now that you're actually seeing it, right?
Yeah, before I saw the Final Four boot, I was like, wait, isn't the Final Four supposed to be more intense? And I saw, I'm like, okay, this makes more sense. It's more like transitional to the Motel.
Yeah. And like, I'm happy that like we're at least not subverting, but like challenging what it means in the show. Because like, I think a lot of people in mind, they thought it'd be like Hot Capture, the episode in Total Drama where Lashana gets eliminated, right? Where it's just all comedy gags, it's nothing too serious. Like, it's just a fun time. And here, it was also a fun time, but there was still like a lot of character-driven stuff, right? The story's okay. Let's be honest. The story is over for some of them, but not all of them. Some of them still have story left, right?
Yeah.
Definitely the helpers at least. Like,
yeah. Some characters, like some people will probably be like, "Oh, that's the end for so and so." It's not. There's still more for some characters that you think are done, but you can tell that there's still seeds sprouted for other characters, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to talk about.
Like the line count has been very shady this episode.
Yeah.
We can kind of tell why.
I really don't think this
characters
episode
that go very, very quick.
I don't think this episode would work if it was like episode 16 or 17, right? If it was like Final 6 or Final 5. I think it really needed to be at the very end. It really needed to be at the very end.
Exactly. Yeah, imagine like what? Oh yeah.
Like if you look at, let's say if we did it like before it gets booted, right? Like it gets booted after this episode, we missed out on Gabby and Ellie, and we get to see Ellie lose her development where she called Gret the worst person. Now she's like, "You're my friend. If you like Gabby, you're cool." Yeah. And also, if you boot Connor afterwards, we miss out on Miriam having any role because in this episode, her role was like helping Connor move on a bit, as she'd been trying to do. So at least she had some sort of role with Connor around. All these characters are dependent on one character that needed to be booted for it. Because look at Fiore, she needed Alec gone for her story. Like all this feels very like methodically placed out to explain why this had to be right after the final vote.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah. Yeah, it really did come like full circle with like everyone being eliminated by this point. Yeah.
So that's our episode review. So now it's time to go to the scene by scene. Oh boy, there's a lot to talk about this episode, Tam. On the Google Docs with our stuff. Like this was one episode where we contributed a lot more than usual, and the finale we contributed so much. Like there's gonna be so much to talk about there. Finale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We went a little ham.
We did go ham.
Yeah.
Tam went ham. All right. Where's the Emer, where did you put it?
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, here it is.
I pinned it.
Oh, perfect. So you just cut out the you cut out the host stuff. That's so funny.
You told me to cut it out.
No, I know. I just I didn't think you'd obey me.
If we're not gonna talk about it, I won't write it.
Yeah, okay, we won't. Okay, well, I'll cut that out. Okay, so just really quick about the host scene. I liked Emily's performance, her vocal performance. It was good. It was really good. It was really scary.
Yeah,
I was
Kat
scared.
killed it. Like, seeing Emily switch on a dime, that was wild.
Yeah, that was spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I was scared.
So sadly, Jace isn't here to talk about it, but Jace did a lot of rewrites for this episode. Like a lot of it was his brainchild.
Yeah, because this episode in particular, we like had a lot of free will with it because like the timing and stuff, we could add more.
Yeah. For context, Jared said like, okay, look, this episode's kind of shorter. You guys can do whatever you want. You guys can add whatever you want, and we took it and we ran with it basically.
Oh no.
We did. Oh my god. Because for this, it's finally like just not make like memes and stuff canon, but it's this is just the moment we were waiting for, just to like, yeah.
This is the moment. Oh, by the way, Tam, we need to look at the version history because like this one is the finalized. What's on the dock right now is the finalized one.
It is
after all the additions, right? Because like the hunter scene is here that was not originally there. The hunter scene is not originally there.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Oh.
You have to go in March 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
March 14. Okay.
You got to look at revision history if you want to see what it originally was.
Okay.
But yeah, we started.
So.
Oh yes, yeah,
Pokemon.
So I guess we'll do this like a round robin. Anyone can talk about whatever scene they want, right?
Okay.
But we'll nominate people, so like I mean, any scene with Yul time will get. So we start out and we see Gabby and Ellie cuddling. It's really cute because they haven't like been fighting all season long, unlike other couples. But they were mostly separated all season long, right? Either through elimination or drama, and it's nice to see them just be a happy couple again. That's kind of why they couldn't get a lot of focus this season, because there's just not a lot of drama, right? There was a small amount where their relationship was tested, and obviously it's stable, right? But like, there was never going to be like any big swings where it's like, oh, Gabby thinks Ellie is cheating on her, and they're going to break up. It's like, let's be honest, every other couple went through that, right? So it's nice to have one couple that is mostly like stable. Right?
Yeah.
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 They weren't really ever separated. They're on the same team. About it that way.
Yeah. In the original.
Ellie...
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh no, you can go on.
No. I'm gonna go on a tangent.
Oh, basically, like they did have their moments. Could there have been more? Possibly, but they had something, which I get. People maybe went a little more with Gab Ellie because they never really are the big focus couple, but that's because they're like, you see what they're doing. Like they're gonna be fine though. On the end of the day,
it's kind of like this double-edged sword where I think people wanted there to be Gab Ellie content, but they also didn't want Gab Ellie drama, right? But it's like if you the sad news is in this kind of show, if you want content, you have to be in drama. Right?
I know. Yeah, that's what the spin-offs are for.
And like I know some people don't like that, but that's kind of the suspension of disbelief you do need to put onto the genre, where it's like it's one where you betray people and you vote people out. Of course, there's going to be drama. Like you just kind of need to accept that.
Yeah.
Like maybe have like Gabby like show like she's like, hey Ellie, this is our friends we did that to. Like that was just our alliance we booted. We maybe should think more rational. It's like I got to get in the game. Maybe stuff like that at least. But like in the end of the day though, it's like really pick and choose. There's just so many characters.
Yeah. Episode 19 was really edited around March or April. So we could at this point we heard a lot of the criticisms from the first like 5-6 episodes. It's the only episode like that. Episode 19, 20, 21 are the only episodes where we really took in feedback from the first 6 episodes because we could. Because before, they weren't out yet, right? But now they were out. So originally this scene was going to be Gabby, or Ellie would just mostly talk about the game. Like, oh yeah, I'm happy you fought for me, Ellie. Or sorry, I'm happy you fought for me, Gabby. You did well. And it was like nothing personal about the relationship. It was all about the game. And obviously that's been tweaked. So now it's like, oh, I'm the real winner or whatever, right? Stuff like that, where it's more clear that Ellie cares about Gabby, right? And I'm happy. That was a good change. And also they kiss.
A lot of people were, remember, a lot of people were mad about Gabby like losing. So to see Gabby like take her loss well will go a long way. The type of fandom like this, they're like, okay, she might have lost, but at least she's super happy. I'm proud of you, Gabby, for not letting it take to you. Like that is gonna like be good. Like okay, people can digest that now. They're losing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, no, it's a nice, cute scene at the beginning.
Yeah. They deserve to be the first interview.
Oh, yeah. Kind of creepy, though. Oliver's, like, filming them on the bed together. It's kind of creepy, Oliver.
I know.
Get that camera out.
Oh, God.
Oliver's, like, this little creep. It's like, no one acknowledges it. He's such a creep.
And considering what he said at the end, too. It's like...
He exposed them.
Yeah. Like, dude, just... Don't expose people.
All right. So with the next scene incoming, we have Hunter and Tess. So we see how Tess is a great artist. So she's like gonna help Hunter learn stuff and how to do better drawing because we see from his little drawing from Allie, he's getting there. He's making progress. But we like to learn more about how Hunter took his loss because Hunter's very competitive last season. So we thought a lot of people like think, oh my god, Hunter's gonna be so sad he lost, he'll never get over it. But we see how he's actually like finding ways to enjoy in the motel. Like he's like now with Tess playing a card game. It was a really big thing back then in season 2, if you remember, with Allie. and then like we just get to see Hallie's just like having like a chill time, and then Tessa's like growing too. It's so short. We like this little info. Obviously, we don't see it, but to see they progressed as characters goes a long way. You're back in the DC2 fandom, so seeing this scene just made me very like heartfelt. I was like, oh wow, they got everything I ever wanted as their friendship. So I was very happy with this. And then we see like Hunter like beg Tess to hang out. Like
I know.
that's the funniest thing. Like that's like a key part of this Motel episode was that. Like I love that. Like it just shows how much they've grown as characters. So I really love this scene. I think it's one of, if not up there, for one of the best AS scenes.
I know.
My opinion.
I love that too. I love it too. I think they're a really good friend. Shit. But also, that's another thing that like I think when Hunter and then later Tess got booted, people were like, why were there like no scenes with the three of them caring about each other? Because they were such a good part of DC2. Now, firstly, revisionist history. I don't think anyone liked them during the DC2 days. No! But secondly,
I did.
All three of them together as a trio.
All three. Oh, okay.
Like yeah. Okay. Like. Sure, you can like whatever you like. People have opinions, but like they were not a thing that everyone liked, like unambiguously everyone liked. I think now, when you look back on it, now that everything's happened, they're seen in a lot more positive light because it's at least like simpler, I guess. Now everything's like, kind of crazy and dramatic and all that.
Like
and in DC2. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, DC2.
Oh, you can go. Like on paper of DC2, like there is a lot of potential you could have done with this dynamic and make them feel like their own characters, but they didn't decide to take any risks. Just do like a chill, like simple season, and that definitely like affected it.
Yeah. Them as a trio, like it definitely did collapse in DC2. Like I don't know what the heck they were going on with the direction. Well, we know, but like that's T. But like, Huntess hardly ever even got like development or any scenes together after Huntally was starting to become a thing, and then I don't know. And then all of a sudden we got that like little hug at the end. It's just like, oh my god, dude, stop trying to make this actually work. Yeah. So DC3 definitely gave a balance though.
Yeah, like a lot of people were a little sad that when they were booted, like there wasn't a whole lot of scenes. But like it's kind of like that scene in Avengers Endgame when Captain America says "Avengers Assemble." It's like because it took so long for it to happen, it's ultimately way more satisfying, right? Now that we're actually getting that content, it's like satisfaction through delay, I guess. Like if this happened like early on, then it's like no big deal, it's whatever, like who cares. But because it took like this long to really show that all three of them care about each other a lot and they're a really good friendship, I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, and I'm glad they got to grow like individually as well, with like interacting with different people this time. Like in DC2, you could never imagine that for these three, but
they actually interact with other people.
That's
something that really grinds my gears. Is that like some people are like, Tess had no place talking to Gabby and Ellie. That's like a plot that she's not that relevant to, and it's like, what do you mean? The big complaint from DC2 is that Tess doesn't talk to anyone.
Exactly.
She talks to others.
Yeah,
I know, and the connection makes sense. Like they went to school together. Like, what do you? God.
Let's talk to everyone on our team.
I will say, that is like the one thing that Michael wanted to put in the episode that didn't make it in, a Tess and Ellie interaction. Like Michael, I know Michael really wanted to put it in, but there was just no time left. But yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, sadly didn't make it in. That's like at least for me, that's like the one hanging thread that wasn't like acknowledged this episode, which is like fine.
That's true, yeah.
Which is fine. We'll
because those two are like friends still.
We'll do a Tess and Ellie spin-off.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
That'd be a dream for me. I love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun. Tess Ellie.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh, Tess Ellie. Yeah, maybe. I'd like it.
I love it.
I mean, I like Ellie now.
I think you could do that. Like, you could still have that. Just do like Gab Ellie and have like Tess show up, or do like Hunt Tess Ellie and have like Ellie show up.
Yeah,
I think there's like ways you can still do it without like an
there'll be two broke girls.
I feel like a Tess Ellie show would like be more serious though, and like Gabby would be fun to have. Obviously, she's Ellie's girlfriend, but like it would be a bit too like comedic, I guess. Whereas like an Ellie and Tess show, it would be more serious, right? With those two girls specifically.
I think you could. Right. But I think you can balance that because Ellie's serious and Gabby's comedic. Like I feel like their energies will mesh enough. Those people can have like a taste of both cakes where they want a comedic episode or a serious episode.
I mean,
for a story.
in my head, if we're focusing on Tess, then it would have to be, it would acknowledge the stuff, the transition from like, you know, going through depression to being a therapist, basically.
Yeah.
So that's kind of serious stuff, right? It would need to be a bit more serious.
Yes, exactly.
Like, like a super serious scene, and then in the next minute, it's like Cambodia. You know, I mean, that'd be a bit much, I feel, but I don't know.
Yeah, but like Gabby never really met Tess until like after, like until All Stars.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
it would be like, like every time like Gabby leaves the room, Tess enters the room, they just barely miss each other.
Yeah. That's so mean.
The scene is structured so that it's like Tess and Gabby never meet, even though they're the main characters.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Gabby just shows up in the door, like saying like a one-liner, like
bye bye, and then Tess shows up. It's like Aiden and Hunter; they just barely miss each other. But yeah, no, it's there was some storyboards of what Hunter's drawing originally was, but I kind of like the goofy looking alley. It's so goofy looking.
I know, I love it. I love the shoulders.
So the next scene, and I do think this is the elephant in the room. We do need to address this. Oh wait. Sorry. The Tom Aiden scene. Sorry, that comes first before the charades scene.
Yeah.
So Tom and Aiden, okay. So this was a scene that I actually remember. I was the one to pitch this. I was like, guys, Aiden doesn't do anything. Okay, small spoiler. Aiden doesn't do a whole lot in the next 3 episodes. Small spoiler.
Cut that.
So it's fine. It's fine. Like that could mean anything. Like I said, he doesn't do a lot. I said he doesn't do a lot. I don't think Aiden does a lot. He has 18 lines this episode, which is weird. You don't think he has 18 lines? He has 18 lines this episode.
Really?
It's like doesn't do a lot. Like, can mean anything from like 5 lines to like 20 lines. It can mean anything from that. So that's not spoiler.
Well, he did a lot though. He had a biggest talk with Tom. He was so close.
No.
Like,
Listen.
Almost killed him.
Originally, he didn't have a lot, and so
I
remember I said, you know, and like I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably the one that likes Aiden the most out of the proofreaders. I'm probably the one that's the most neutral on him.
Yeah.
And so Jace, Weiser, and Tam are like, yeah, he really doesn't do a lot in episode 19.
Yeah.
And that's why this scene exists. We all pitched to add the scene where Aiden and Tom get to really talk about, you know, their stuff with Drake. Is a better transition to the, you know, to the future. But also because if anyone,
that was a great catch.
If anyone is gonna know, you know what was also a great catch, Tam? Aiden not realizing the James stuff on screen. That Jake voted out James on screen.
Oh my god.
That was also a good catch.
Yeah.
Didn't make it in.
That was a really good catch.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you were there for the episode 15 podcast. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you were there. Sorry. You were there.
Yeah, that was my challenge. I had to be there.
Oh my god, yes!
But,
yeah, morning.
So what happened was, I think, because I wasn't actually part of this. It was you and Jace, right, Tam? You and Jace edited this Tom and Aiden scene, right?
I don't remember. Let me see.
I know it wasn't me.
Yeah, I think it was just Jace. Was that the scene where he rewrote it?
No, he added it. Like this was not.
It was added.
Oh, he added. Okay, yeah, I did. I think I was just like he wanted like feedback on it. Yeah. It was all Chase. It was all Chase.
Like, look, like I don't usually talk too much about Tom or Aiden, but like I do think that this was really necessary for them to have this scene there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
And it makes sense because like if anyone is gonna learn about like forgiveness and learning that someone isn't all that bad, Aiden is probably the best character for that with the James stuff, right?
Yeah.
In season 2.
Yeah.
Lake showed Aiden the way, and now Aiden is showing Tom the way. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah. That was a great inclusion because I guess giving Aiden a little bit more to do, I guess. But
don't lie.
I'm a hater.
You like that shrimp, don't lie. Don't even lie about that.
No, I don't. I really don't. I liked him getting slammed in the freaking motel roof. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I like the Jake and Aiden stuff. I thought it was cute at the time. I mean, yeah, I think that this conversation was necessary, like you said. Those two were definitely the ones that were most vital to Jake's plot at this point. You could say Ashley, but like, no, there's more complex reasoning.
Yeah.
There's more complex reasoning why Aiden and Tom are connected with Jake.
Yeah.
So
we wanted to give
yeah.
Tom more to do, but we didn't know how, and we were like, wait, Aiden also doesn't have a lot to do, and like Aiden would probably know the best about, forgiveness and all that, right?
Right, yeah.
I know a lot of people have beef, not a lot of people, but like a good amount of people have beef with the line, what was the line that people have beef with?
Which one?
Jake always sees the best in people, something like that.
And
I don't think that's like a big deal. Like out of all Jake's flaws, that's probably one that's not really that big of a flaw, right?
right,
Like-
yeah.
Like,
I think maybe it could have been worded a little differently.
Yeah.
Like, who
Like-
said that? Did Aiden say that?
no, Tom said
Coming
that.
from Aiden.
Like Jake sees
Oh,
the best in
Tom.
people.
I think maybe it's like Jake always sees the best in people who are lost, because like Connor and
Mhm.
Miriam are both people who are like lost souls, kind of,
Yeah.
and he like helped them out. Like,
That's true.
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Because it connects Miriam's grief and like Connor's pain of the whole Rhea stuff
Yeah.
and like himself.
Oh, yeah. That does make sense. Yeah. Especially because like the whole Jake and Connor thing was recent.
Yeah.
He was growing a little bit. Yeah. I think that does make sense from Tom's perspective. And then following from like DC1 too.
If you want me to spill some tea,
Uh,
a lot of people
Oh.
I've noticed when the episodes were getting leaked were like, this episode is so Jake focused, this episode is so Jake focused, and it's like, I don't think it is. Like, I really don't think it is. Like, if you want any proof that this fandom is really obsessed with Tom and Jake, and they don't admit it, they're like all tsundere about it, it's the fact that like stuff like real classy Jake and this, like people make such a big deal of it, it's like it really was not that big part of this episode.
Yeah. Like,
Jake?
Sure,
Like, a
he
part
was
of this-
mentioned in passing.
Yeah, Jake.
I don't know. Cause like compared to like the other finalists, like them being talked about in this episode,
Yeah.
I have a hot
it does
take.
kind of pale in comparison. Huh? Yeah.
I think Allie has more. Because like she has the big
Allie-
scene that people remember about her.
Ooh.
Like Hunter and Tess.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they remind me more about her. This is just
That's
one
true.
scene.
I like mostly
That's just my
disagree
opinion.
because like not a lot of people are talking about Hunter Tess scene. I'm gonna be honest. Like I look up Hunter Tess and like no one talks about that scene. It makes me a little sad.
Really?
Yeah. It makes
That's
me,
Oh wow.
oh my god, that's garbage. Ugh.
like
Are they just
look, whether we want to admit it or not, we are like kind of fossils because I'm not gonna say grew up with it, but like we did start with DC2, so we're more biased towards
Yes.
those characters, right? So we like them more.
Oh right.
Whereas
yeah,
most of the
it's more
community
Well,
sentimental.
now
technically,
they started with DC1 or DC All Stars, so they're less attached to DC2. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the sad reality of it. Because like I love that scene,
Yeah.
but like I understand that DC1 fans are probably like indifferent to it. They're like, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's more hot take on this. I don't think it's more Twitter focused. I think it's more YouTube / Spanish community focused. That's what I've gathered about this scene.
What scene?
I think the
Aiden,
YouTube,
Aiden and Tom.
the Hunter and Tess stuff. I think that's more for like the YouTube audience and like the Spanish audience.
Yeah, that's true. Which like,
yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's fair, but like, yeah, there's the problem with the show is that it is both an English show and a Spanish show, and it's appeal to both demographics.
Yeah.
like Survivor doesn't have that problem, Full Drama doesn't have that problem. EE and RR don't have that problem. DC does.
Mhm. Yeah. Jake has just been such a what's the word?
Divisive.
Divisive.
Character. It's just like any mention of him is just like people go nuts and like traumatize it. It's just like I don't know. I think people's whole gripe with this is like coming off episode 18 and now like we got Jake's like closest allies and like people that care about him still basically just trying to tell us, oh god, okay, like Jake is still a good guy, still have faith in him and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, I think it just gets on people's nerves.
But yeah.
But you guys gotta stop hating. Like just
And I know that some Tom fans were really happy that this scene with Aiden and Tom gave him a lot of depth as to, acknowledging that he's been an asshole all season.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Mhm.
And again, this did come out after the first 6 episodes already had like feedback, right? So we were able to see like, okay, yeah, real classy Jake, probably not the best. People, I feel like it's not that big a deal, but like people are making a big deal out of it. We're like, okay, let's acknowledge it in the narrative. Let's make it clear that yeah, Tom, because like yeah, he was intentionally put in a bad light, right? because
Right.
like
Yeah.
in DC1, Jake was always put in the bad light, so now it's like more balanced. Now we're showing that Tom also is a flawed human being.
That's true.
So because of the real classic Jake, these lines were like really intentionally put there to acknowledge that he has been kind of a jerk all season long.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are happy about that. They were
That's
like, "Oh
true.
yes, it's acknowledged. It's individual growth and all that. It's great."
That's good because that's the main like gripe I had with Jaden. Like during the whole, not to be old, but like during the whole DC2 days, we would get so hyped up over like
Crumbs.
Aiden.
Like crumbs.
Yeah.
Crumbs.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad it was acknowledged from both sides.
Also, Pulse. Dang, that's some good shit.
Yeah, I think
It's
when
so
she
funny.
said, I was like, oh my goodness, I love that delivery.
That's some
Me
good
too.
shit.
I love Crystal. Okay, I hope I was like there are controversies on like, oh, this is really good. I wonder if Crystal's gonna overtop this. I have to commend Paul in the writing for material this season. I feel like it's some of the best hosting I've ever seen in any of these shows. Like it's so good and it captures a lot of the energy and like themes DC wants out of a host character. It doesn't really have insanely amount, but like feel like every line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think word for word, everything, and obviously that's how her rewrite works, but like everything Jace wrote is in this episode. The Tom and Aiden scene, that he wrote is in it. I think it's really good. I'm really happy with it. I don't like, they're not my favorite characters, but like I love this scene regardless.
Yeah. True.
But yeah. Fun fact, Hunter and Tess were originally part of the scene as well. Like Hunter and Tess are like leaving the painting area and they were supposed to like, not supposed to, but like in Jace's rewrite, Hunter and Tess would have like listened in on it, which like, would have been nice, because like you can make a lot of parallels with Jake and Allie, you got a parallel there. Hunter, Tommy also got a bit of a parallel there, so that'd been interesting.
Yeah.
And also that would have given Hunter and Aiden an interaction as well.
I know, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But no, the whole the saga continues. Hunter and Aiden really hate each other. I'm like it's so confirmed.
So this was originally in not in the episode, but in Jace's rewrite. I'm gonna read it out. Aiden would go, "Hey, how about piggyback for old time's sake?" And then Tom would go, "Won't you?" And then Tess is like, "Should I get a guitar?"
Oh my god! That's so good.
I'm not sure what Jace is implying, but like maybe they would have had like a reprise of piggyback. That would have been kind of funny.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That's so cute.
Oh, the Cyan team are there now in the motel. Perfect.
Yes. Oh my god.
I don't think they would have sang the song because licensing. That would have been
obviously. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Just didn't happen like a bonded moment.
Little callback. It's kind of like my beef with some of these shows, like cartoons. Whenever they have like a song and then like the song is never acknowledged, it's like we just had a fucking song.
Yeah.
Like
we just sang our hearts out and then
kind of a big deal.
You know what I mean? Like
actually, wait, you're wrong, Jpeg. They acknowledged the singing for Ria's Spotlight thing in the space episode. It's like, you can't be leader. You ruined our music performance. You're professional Layden.
I mean, like the concept of them singing is acknowledged, not like the lyrics. It's like Hunter be like,
okay.
Wait, why do you call me drunk, Allie? What the hell? I don't drink. I don't know.
That would have been good. That's true. Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's like, we don't talk about Bruno 7-foot frame, and then Bruno goes like, I don't have rats on my back. What the fuck? like most like they don't like acknowledge the lyrics of the song. I guess I don't know. Anyway,
yeah,
it's not important.
Let's move on.
Moving on to the charades scene.
Oh
we don't have to talk about this much.
No. There's one part we need to acknowledge. There's one part.
Okay. All right. Let's go with the simple part first before we rant.
Let's acknowledge this.
Talk about how.
So Michael wanted the winners to interact, and there you go. James and Miriam interacted. It's cool. There you go. That's the part.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I thought it was cute.
That's nice.
Like, oh, that's nice.
Okay.
And Ashley and Lake,
Winners,
the fan favorite winners, interacting. The fan favorite winners that people want. Yeah. Oh. I just gotta say this. What the fuck, Ashley? How did she get that answer? That's all.
I know.
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Wait, no. Originally, the scene was James and Aiden originally before we added the Aiden scene, and then it was changed to James and Miriam. Originally, it was James and Aiden playing the the scene.
Oh, Aiden fans, you lost.
You lost. Yeah.
All
Let's
they got was
go.
a hug.
In response, you did miss a scene where Aiden was like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad to be back with Lake and James. I miss them so much. They're my besties, whatever." That would have been a good confessional, but that got cut.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it was originally Aiden and James playing, but now it's Miriam and James playing. So that's kind of great.
One more.
You got the two winners.
And now we're gonna talk about the lion. Let's just move out of the way really quickly with this.
Yeah.
No. We
James?
got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, who wants to say it?
Tim, why don't you say it?
Say the line.
You know what it is.
I am walrus.
I am walrus.
Like I am walrus.
I am walrus.
I am walrus.
I am walrus. We finally got it! Yeah!
We did it! I am walrus.
We did it! I am walrus.
We were joking about it for so long.
Yeah. Priorities, man. Priorities.
So for context, when I first joined the DC server, I don't know why, I said a comment like, Aiden is a little shrimp, I want to dip him in cocktail sauce or something like that.
Yeah!
So someone, I forgot who it was. It was someone who's not in the DC community anymore. They left like after DC2. I don't remember who it was. But they made a shrimp Aiden meme, and I thought that was so funny. I wanted a James Walrus thing. And so they made this James Walrus image, and it's the funniest thing ever. I don't know why.
You should make it pop up on the screen or something.
So we would
it's freaking
about how James would say, "Aiden, help me! I am Walrus. I am
Walrus." The way he said it.
There's actually a TikTok going on where someone's like, "Wait a second," and it's like a clip of Weister saying, "I am Walrus" at the end of our episode 6 podcast.
Oh my god! Yeah, let's go!
But
yeah, this was a long time cooking.
Yeah, like cooking is weird because like you and me didn't know this was gonna be a thing. Like Michael just randomly added it, and it was like, "Oh, this is actually very organic. It's a charades game. It makes sense. He's a walrus."
Yeah.
Like,
Michael has been around. He pays attention to the memes too.
I was so happy when I saw this. I was like, "There's no fucking way you added the walrus joke."
Yeah. And he made it happen some way, somehow it did it. Oh my god.
People are giving me the credit. It's like, no, it wasn't me. Okay, it was Michael. I think this is so awesome.
Oh yeah.
He's the real hero. Michael's the real hero.
Yeah,
just like
Michael,
he played spicy abs. I'm like,
he put spicy abs as well.
Oh,
I didn't even have to do anything. I'm like, okay.
It's so funny. People are like thinking like, oh wow, they're so nice to that fan who had that spicy fan's username and put it in the script. I'm like, no.
It's just
Michael just
to bully me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, let her lick your spicy abs.
I am walrus.
I am walrus.
All right.
And like,
and another thing.
I love how derpy he looks when he's doing like the seal clutch. Like,
I know.
It's
so cute.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Tam, what were you gonna say?
What? Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
I was just hinting at another thing that would be later on.
Oh, Tam.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Wink,
god. Wink, wink. Okay, I have an idea now. I have an idea.
I am Bruce. So obviously, they talk about like Lake and Aiden and Ashley are hyping up Jake, which I thought was, and a lot of people are saying like Ashley's delusional. Like Allie and Jake have been pretty bad this whole season, but it's like they just got off watching episode 18, right? And I feel like in episode 18, there's a bit of hope, right? Left. Like you have to remember that their recency bias is real, right? Like no one is that mad at episode. Okay, I might get killed for this, but like no one is that mad at episode 14 anymore, right?
Average DC viewer.
You have to remember that like the most recent thing will stick in your brain the longest, and for the characters, it's still episode 18, right? For them, like they're not like looking back. Oh, Jake was an asshole. Like things have changed. Since then. Things have evolved since then. Yeah. Right.
It's so interesting though, like to see how like they can go from like so like messy to now like I want to try and be better. Hey everyone, like he's like so outgoing now. So interesting.
Yeah. And like I get it's a fictional show. I get it's a cartoon. But if every person learned and grew from like one incident, the world would be a much better place. The world would be like utopian, like amazing, beautiful future. If like one mistake and that's it. That's all you need. Just one mistake and you learn like everything. You're a genius now.
I know, like Like, I get people want like to have like a moment, like think about this. They wake up and like, you know what, you're right. Like that's good sometimes. Certain people, it takes a little bit longer to get it inside their head saying, I must do this now. I must act like this. I must take initiative. Because to take initiative is like you don't just wake up randomly and like, yeah, I'm doing this just because someone told me. You gotta like work to doing that. That's why it's usually said taking initiative is like the hardest step.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure Genesis will be more apologetic for missing this podcast, but he won't, like, be perfect. He won't, like, make it on time every single time. Like, he'll still make mistakes. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're human.
Oh my God.
We're still human, you know?
Oh, Jenny.
Like, he'll probably be more careful next time, but I mean, he's still gonna make mistakes. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're terrible.
We're all human. We're all growing. We all make mistakes.
But it's like with Ashley, it's like, would I say I'm proud of Genesis? Well, for sleeping, yes, maybe.
Well, if Genesis come back and he acknowledged it, like, he's like, guys, I'm sorry. But, okay, I'm proud of Genesis for apologizing, for coming forward.
Yeah. But that... God, this is so stupid. Genesis, I'm so sorry, Genesis.
And of course it's Ashley. Of course it's Ashley. Of course it's Ashley. Of course it's Ashley as well.
I know. We gotta make the connection somehow.
Anyway, so Marcus hosts a trivia game with Connor, Fiore, Alec, and Yul, and it's cute. I thought it was cute. Again, I said like they're just playing games.
Yeah.
Marcus is very given answers. Like anyone can guess these. Granted, not everyone, because like I feel like the Spanish audience maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was I really like the they did a trivia game. I really like the line where Fiore says you used to be cool, because Jared made an observation that in our rewrites of the scene, whenever we write Alec, we make Alec like super like nice, I guess, super like orderly. And Jared was like, no, Fiore likes Alec, not because he's orderly, because he's like an adult, but he's still like rebellious and stuff, right? He's still like
I remember he did point that out.
It's like we were like, oh yeah,
look at Jared.
Like that's why Fiore likes Alec, not because he's just a random adult, but because like he's like an adult who's a bit of like a cheater and a liar and all that stuff.
If she liked random adults, she would not be like throwing a book at the nun.
Exactly.
Like, tranquilizers. Like she doesn't respect authority. She respects like the cool people who are outside with the motorcycles, that type of energy. Like she wants to be in a bike gang or something like that. Like she doesn't want to be part of like a teach environment. She wants to be part of chaos.
Yeah. So
I think that's why Alec loves like Fiore over his own son.
So like I like that line.
Just...
cheaters never prosper, at least against me. It's like, oh, that's good. That's so good.
Yeah, I love that smugness.
Oh my God, yeah.
Shout out to the VAs on that. That was really good. Like I feel like everyone had a good role. Even Yul's like, oh, you cheated. Like, that's like the good old whiny Yul we missed.
Yeah. Now again, if you want more proof that we really like this episode was written, unlike every other episode which was written like in 2023, this episode was written after episode 6. Tom's in an apron. Okay, that was like a more modern meme, I think, right? Like Tom's in an apron, like the Hooters outfit.
Did Hooters happen? Yeah. Did
I think
Hooter
so.
Tom happen?
I think Hooter
by
Tom
then. Oh my God.
I think it was a little late. I could check the date actually.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this was in response.
Yeah, I think it was a little later.
It was pretty early, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the more early
Hey, there's...
Oops, sorry.
Tom Hooters.
Oh, it was May, never mind. Okay,
yeah, exactly. My point stands.
Never mind.
So we predicted it?
Yeah, we
predicted it.
Tom Hooter. Tom is a Hooters. Wait, why did he wear that?
No, the video was like later, but like the meme of him wearing a Hooters outfit was earlier, wasn't it? There was like an image going around of him in a Hooters outfit. But like no one bought a greeting until like a bit later.
Yeah.
I might be wrong with my times, but I do think this was in response to the Hooters stuff.
But why was he even in an apron if he didn't even make the burgers?
Fan service, okay? Fan service.
They just wanted an excuse.
Why can't Gret be in the apron?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I call misogyny.
What do you mean you call misogyny? You're the one being misogyny. You want a woman in an apron. That's misogynistic.
I think they both have aprons. Tom's like the assistant griller, and then like Gret's like the captain.
Exactly.
Like,
equal right.
They can they can do.
So there was a small so this scene. Oh no, never mind. This wasn't originally. This isn't Jason's rewrite. Tom and Gabby were going to talk about the spy stuff in DC1. Tom was going to be like, Gabby was going to be like, when's our next mission? There needs to be justice needs to be served.
Oh my god.
So that's cute. Didn't make
Aww.
it. But, yeah. And then
Aww.
Gabby would have
Nice.
like arm wrestled to Tom.
That man. Yeah, Gabby. Yeah, it's these little interactions that would have been cute, but yeah.
Next up, we have Connor and Miriam. A little background for this scene. It was such a big meme back in the day. Would be like, oh, what? Like, Michael pitched this as a joke, where it's like Miriam's story with Connor is that she's like constantly babying him. She's like, oh, you should eat your vegetables, Connor. This little baby Connor, what is that? Because like Connor's whole arc in season 2 was learning that. Well, okay, my arc, quote unquote arc, was like learning that like it's okay to be old. Like, he still gets babied by Miriam. Does little Connie want his diaper?
It is so funny.
What do you
I mean,
think?
Miriam is old enough to be his mom.
Yeah.
What do you?
I remember
Yeah,
some
by
people were
far.
still.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go, Tim.
Oh, but I was gonna say I remember people were talking about the age gap between Rhea and Connor, and then comparing it to Connor and Miriam. And somehow the Connor and Miriam one was okay.
Yeah.
The
It's
other was
worse. It's like 35 years. Like, what the fuck?
35 years.
Miriam 85? I
Miriam
forget.
is 72.
How old
What
is
do you mean 85? He's 72.
Oh shit, yeah, okay. Oh,
85.
72
Wait.
then. Okay. Alright, my point still stands. Kai and Rhea are like 20, and Miriam's like, wait, 20 something, 27. But yeah, it's still worse. Okay.
Okay. So sadly, this scene obviously got cut. But originally, it's Miriam. Miriam would go, now, and then Connor would be like smiling. He'd accept the spoonful in his mouth. He'd be like, yummy soup.
To be fair though, the storyboards have that. The storyboards have like that
Wait,
energy.
are you serious? Wait, send it. I want to see this.
Wait, really?
I'll look for it. Yeah, I got you.
But
Oh my
posted about
goodness.
But yeah, it
Oh.
was like an inside joke where Miriam would like baby Connor. That's like her arc.
Yeah. Oh my
This is like
gosh.
2022.
I guess
by
they
the way.
wanted
This
to
was like 2020. This was before DC1. But
Yeah. They wanted to keep sad Connor intact, I guess. But that would have been so cute.
it's okay, sonny boy. She treats him like a baby. I like that for Miriam, where because obviously Miriam's had a journey where she used to not like everyone, other than like Jake, who like reminds her of her grandson. So to like see her like this older person is kind of cute.
Yeah. I know.
I agree.
Yeah, and this is Connor's only lines this episode. Connor has like I think the least amount of lines this episode, which is
Yeah.
That's for
It's not
probably a
surprising.
reason.
it's not surprising, but it's interesting. Keep that in mind. It's interesting.
I wonder why he has the least amount of lines.
I wonder.
I don't know.
I don't know.
wonder
Well, obviously,
why.
because he has a low amount of lines, he's going to be irrelevant for the rest of the season. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like in
That is
episode,
so
like-
cute.
like in episode 13 when Connor and Allie got nothing in the superhero episode. That's it. They're not relevant for the rest of the season, right?
Yep, that's the logic.
That's how it works.
Mhm.
Oh, this is so cute. Oh my god. This is so
I
cute.
know.
Yeah, I told you it's so much cuter on the storyboards. Sign up for Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon. You get to see how cute it is. It's so good.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that Connor was able to have this like vulnerable moment, especially with like Miriam, because like she is his elder and she has more worldly experience. So like,
Yeah.
and like Connor has always been fighting that battle, like of being kind of a mentor to other people. So to share that kind of vulnerability with your elder, it's good. It's fun. I like it.
Jake, it makes sense, right? Like he got him out. Right, of course he's a bit
Oh
mad.
yeah.
But yeah, whereas with Yul, and I feel like we don't really need to talk about this too much because like I feel like most people get it at this point. Like James sees himself in Yul. Like they were kind of similar in DC2 at the beginning of DC2, right? You know, they were antagonistic, they were manipulative. So like Yul is like what James could have been if he didn't mature, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think James is definitely like underlooked as like the anchor for all these villainous characters. He's like been there, done that. So, I mean, he's really the best person to like look at their actions with like a unique perspective. With Yul and Jake and stuff. Yeah, I definitely agree. Like James definitely relates more to Yul in that aspect. I mean, they're both like influencers and always in this like kind of public sphere, whereas like I don't know if James is gonna relate to Jake's like insecurities and irrationality, even though people are like telling him he has so many people in his life telling him what this issue is, and he won't see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot to talk about, like the difference between James is
and it's like,
what?
Like I don't think James likes Yul. Like, James knows he's an asshole. He like cut him off like the rope thing, right? But like, you can still empathize with people, right? Like we have complex emotions. Like I can empathize with someone who's an asshole. I'm like, okay, I feel bad for them. They're such an asshole. They have no friends. Like, we can empathize, right? That's a thing we can do. Imer is not.
I don't know. He's
Imer is not listening.
He's given this man so much.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Who?
Imer is not listening.
Yeah.
Just admits
Nah,
it.
James.
He's so open about admitting it.
Yeah, but the whole like I respect James advising about the situation, but like it comes a point where someone's a lost cause. I think James realized he was a lost cause at once, so that's why he's trying. I do like how that aspect was shown, how like he was wrong for DC to how he acted. He's taking initiative for it.
Let me say it. I think James's main gripe about Jake is that Jake is actually potentially going to be rewarded by his stupid actions and pettiness. Like, that's the game, yeah, but like James has a right to be bitter about it. He got freaking eliminated by him. So I mean, like, I feel like there have been like no real consequences for Jake's actions, and yet we got like 10 people glazing him up. Like, sure, they're his friends. Like, oh my god. Did Jake really put all that effort in to earn that kind of forgiveness? Like, I don't know. But with Yul, like, he's constantly knocked down. Like, when he like, his rudeness comes to a peak. That man was like poisoned, grilled, ate up by a dino. Like,
by a dino.
Well, the spicy abs are tasted.
Yeah.
I know. How did that dino get a taste before me? Dang.
And what I noticed is that some people will be like, okay, why are you guys trying to make you empathize with Yul? And the same can be said for any character. You guys are trying so hard to make us like Connor. You guys are trying so hard to make us hate or like Rhea or whatever, right? And it's like, no, we're not. This is the kind of show where you can like whoever you like. If you like Rhea or you hate Rhea, that's a totally fine interpretation. Like, it's a show with 18 main characters. You're allowed to have whatever interpretation you want.
True.
Right? Like, the show, like, it'll put Connor in a good light sometimes. It'll put Rhea in a bad light sometimes. But, like, it's not all black and white. You can like or dislike someone, or like to hate someone, or hate to hate someone, or like to hate someone, or hate to like someone, right? That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get, like, they accuse us for, like, choosing these three because we love them so much. Like, I'm like, no,
Okay, I want you to think back to September 2023. In what world would be like, yes, the fans will love that. The fans will love Jake, Ali, and Rhea. Like, fans will fucking love that. It's like, no.
Yeah, no.
No. Like thinking of Ali, like, before All-Star starts.
Here we go.
But you see All-Star, how much it's met. Like, I'm just trying to talk about fan expectations, because I've seen, like, a lot with these characters. Like, even Jake. Like, people are like, oh, Jake's never going to learn. He can do a little bit of adjusting, but it won't make him go that far. Growth. But these characters have exceeded. How Rhea, like, people thought Rhea was going to be, like, wishy-washy. Her story is, like, some of the most consistent. It's like, all these characters, I feel like they prove something or another about, like, the fan expectations. I think that's, like, a very strong theme going into this cast.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's meta, because, like, obviously Gret and Ali, and even Rhea a bit, their whole arcs are about fan expectations wearing them down, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I'm so disappointed when I see, like, not to defend her again, but, like, to see people calling Ali an NPC still, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like,
that's fine. That part's
you can
fine,
still see why they got here. No, like, I mean, she's still, like, I guess because coming off of DC2, like, I didn't think that you could get any better
like,
with Ali's character, but I think they gave her, a lot of, like, stuff to think about with her character.
Like, I think the
and
best
why
way
she is still here
of explaining it is that the show, like, you can root for the heroes or the villains. You can root for whoever you want. Like, the villains are shown as like, competent, they're smart, they're strategic, they get the job. They don't like each other, but they get the job done. Whereas the heroes are unlikable. Like, yeah, sure, they're heroes, but they're also assholes to each other. It's like, The show isn't pushing you in one direction. You can choose whichever one you want, right? I like Tess Ellie. Tam likes Yul. Imer likes Rhea and Gret. It's like you can like whoever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like that's the point of a show with 18 main characters. There's no one character that it's like, oh, this is the protagonist. You have to root for them. It's like, no.
No, yes, exactly. Like if like certain characters will probably stay consistent in ranges. I mean, you have to be consistent with them. Like let's say it's a character like Ashley. She's very consistently high. I'm gonna put her lower. That's okay because you have a view on Ashley that's different from others. And I think that's the biggest thing about the show is that all these characters are meant to have some ways that people can enjoy them in certain ways. I guess Yul is the exception, but if you enjoy him ironically, like other people do, like me, like I enjoy him very ironically.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you're... Oh, welcome, Genesis.
Oh, Jenny! Hi!
I fell asleep.
Yep, figured.
Oh,
yeah.
We figured.
Yeah.
We predicted that.
But a little joke for you guys. When Gabby said, "Oh, are you finally going to ask Jake out?" Not originally, but like, I wanted it to be that Lake. Lake was the one to say, "Finally!" Thank God, because Lake likes Yowie, so that would be kind of funny.
Oh my God! Yeah,
That's her sequel book.
Yeah. It's a sequel book.
So and obviously, James like, you could do way better. Aiden punches.
Yeah.
Which it's Aiden, so it's probably like a small I know. Like a very small thing.
Shrimped in.
But a lot of people in this trailer, they're like, oh, Tom and James are gonna fight. It's like, no, they're not gonna fight.
No, yeah, they're both adults. Like, come on now.
Like, they're gonna fight for what? Like about an opinion? Like they could just walk away.
Yeah, like what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
I know.
The DC community.
Go back to the motel room. Like they can go there.
It's like, Tom is old enough to know that James is allowed to have his opinion. It's fine. He's not gonna shame him. Like maybe he'll do like an angry face. But that's about it.
Angry emoji.
Aiden will do a punch, but it's like their couplet's fine. They can have like small beef. Small. Anyway, Yul doesn't like the burgers. Tom's like, I'm no grill master. That was great. And by the way, that's like the first line I added in maybe 5-6 episodes. I'm no grill master. It was great.
It's iconic. I love the delivery on that.
Wait, let me grill master. Here we go. So yeah, here, Tam, why don't you...
What was it originally?
Originally it was, I didn't do it, it was great. It's something more simple. Tam,
yeah, that definitely fits.
Why don't you take this one?
Oh my God. Okay. Yo, okay, so I already seen Gret like being like canceled for this. And it's like, guys, you're so
Oh, at this, aren't we? Oh, we're at
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, I can't take these fans. They're hot and cold. Like, oh my God. Have you guys not been there for like the past freaking 18 episodes? Like, of course it was gonna end up like this.
This is why I keep on saying that, like, not modern, but like recent, like, people have so much recency bias. It's like, we're just gonna ignore that. Like, people were complaining that there were 13 episodes of Yul, and now that it's not the most recent thing ever, people forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's a good thing. I'm not gonna condone people burning each other's faces, but like...
Yeah. But Gret's still the main character, like... I mean, you gotta keep it in mind, like... I don't know, yeah.
Like...
I think... Oh, go ahead.
People were scared that the reaction would be Gret is like now such an angel now that she's skinnier. Right? But like, no. I mean, she's skinnier, but she's not an angel still. She's still got a mean streak going on. She can still be sassy, you know?
Exactly, yes! Grow that man's face! Oh my goodness! Oh, wait, no, okay.
I did not expect Tam of all people to say that. I was not prepared.
Yeah.
I get the juxtaposition though, because the show has such serious stuff going on. And then obviously you have cartoon violence, so I get it. It's like, okay, if that is going to be treated seriously, then we should also treat this seriously. Like, fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah. If it's permanent, then I'll have some ways about it. But like right now, it's like,
it's not permanent.
I don't know. I don't know yet. Okay. So I'm like, I'm in fear right now. I'm like,
I don't know.
It's gonna be freaking Goofface.
At least he knows one plastic surgeon who should not go to. Like, he can just cross one plastic surgeon off the list.
True.
That's another
Yes.
one.
Okay, Jenny,
He's gonna come back with a jaw like handsome Squidward.
Jenny, you weren't there.
Oh my god.
You weren't there, but I was talking
Huh?
earlier. You weren't there, but earlier I was talking about how some of this episode is like when Captain America says "Avengers Assemble." It's like fan service moments, but it's better because it took so long, right? If it happened like immediately, then it would be kind of like, right? It wouldn't be as satisfying.
Right, yeah.
Um, so there's some examples of that. Emer doesn't like my Marvel comparison, like you know.
But the thing is, you roasted me for doing that, but it's okay for you.
I have never roasted you for a DC Comics thing. DC, you know, Disventure Camp. Yes,
You just
DC Comics.
did earlier.
You just did today.
When
You
did
literally
I?
did today.
Learning
When did I?
today.
When did I? I don't remember.
The Batman versus Superman thing.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah. You
I don't
did.
remember. Wait, no, I remember.
Yeah. Any words you have to say
No,
about
that's
that?
because that was because you said that Danganronpa, you started with Danganronpa the anime, and I said, okay, that's like if I got into DC because of Batman v Superman. It's like, no, it's like you're going in.
But those
like
are two
a
different
bad...
levels.
No, both are bad. What do you mean those are two different levels? Both are bad.
Yeah. Like,
Oh
I
my
have to find that
God.
movie.
Okay, imagine
I hate some of the choices that movie
you've
does.
never seen a DC comic before. Your first experience is Batman v Superman. Of course you think it's shit, because it's shit.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you'd be
I
like,
think it's
DC
actually
shit.
better if you don't know what it is. I think it's better if you don't know what it is.
I think my
If you're a
gripes is
fan,
not
it hurts
because of
more.
you, because like I know you've played the first Danganronpa game, but like Michael, his only experience is the anime, and he thinks it's shit. And
That's
Oh
crazy.
no!
and it's like fair enough
fine.
if that's your only
No.
experience. Then fair enough. I get why you think it's shit.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. I'll get jumped for this. I watched the anime first. I was like, "What the fuck is this piece?" And then I watched it. I'm like, "Oh, this is way better. They really organized this."
Yeah.
the game
What
is
do you mean they
better.
really organized? It was
I
the
don't-
game first, anime second. What do you mean they organized?
Yeah.
The game
To
was
be
first.
fair,
I mean, the game came out
I
before.
didn't know there was a game when I first saw this.
Yeah. I was looking for competition anime. It popped up. I was like,
That's
okay, let
what-
me try this free season.
Oh,
Then
that's
again,
so
I also discovered Danganronpa during a time when there was no official English translation of the first game. So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was a little bit of
Yeah.
a different time back then.
Yeah. We had to get those crumbs. Mm-hmm.
And like, so I know we're super off topic right now, but like,
Right.
I think my main beef was that like when people are hyping it up in like 2014, 2013, no one ever mentioned it's a game. They would only mention like, oh, Danganronpa. They would never say, by the way, it's a game, guys. It's not a fucking anime. Play the game. Don't watch the anime.
Oh yeah.
You need that disclaimer. You need that disclaimer so that people understand. But yeah. Where were we? Oh yeah. So yeah, Yul's face gets burned, and Alec covers Fury's eyes. That's really cute. Really cute.
Hey. Also, guess what? Now Yo doesn't have spicy abs. Now has like charcoal face, or, like
Charcoal
spicy face.
No,
However you-
the spicy face.
Cam loves Yul.
Spicy face.
I did not want spicy face. No.
So Gret walks over. She's happy with what she's done, and she gets to sit with Gabby, and Gabby asks Ellie for permission. And at first you think Ellie's gonna be like, "No, back off. I don't like you," but no, they get to sit together, and it's beautiful. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. Was there any Gret and Ellie beef? I don't remember if there was.
There was in episode 1 when she's called Gret one of, if not the worst person ever.
In DC 1 though, was there, like, why did she say that? I don't remember.
Because in DC 1, Gret made a public statement in front of Ellie's face about how Gabby's horrible and she has to go, and it's all but fair revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ellie was pretty mad about that. Which I wish episode 9 had, where it's like Ellie's like, I got rid of Gret because no one's able to say it to Gabby.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's personal, but
Yeah.
that could have been better for her. They don't ever use that.
I don't know why this stood out to me, but like the moment when it's a fake out, where Ellie's like, you know what? If you're a friend of Gabby, you're alright with me. The music building up in that scene was actually really good. I don't know why. I was like, wow, that's really good.
Oh yeah.
The music was like,
I gotta watch that.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the little music cue.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
pay
I do.
attention.
I was like,
I gotta
whoa,
watch that.
that's like
Ooh.
unexpected for DC. It's like a really good music cue.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you're here, Genesis, as the resident DC1 head, because we're all DC2 heads, but you're the DC1 head, what do you think of these three ladies?
Go on.
DC 1 head.
Of these three
Like a
ladies.
partial one, I feel like.
What? Sorry, say that again?
These
The
three
three ladies, Gabby, Ellie, and Gret.
Yeah, what about him?
Yeah, what do you think? You know?
Oh, like, what do I think of the
about-
pairing?
Yeah.
Or the, not pairing, the throuple, I guess? I don't know.
The trio.
Uh,
The trio, Genesis. The trio.
The trio, that's the word I was like.
Oh
Wait,
no!
Did he say Froble?
He said throuple.
I
The
said
new LT. Oh my
Oh,
god!
Lord help me.
The Gab Gret Ellie fans are gonna be very happy with that statement. Genesis, you just
Yeah, you know what? I'm really happy for all two of you.
Two of
so-
you. That's harsh.
okay. Genesis is gonna get canceled now. I will not be
What?
defending
It's
him.
like-
This is why he's the punching bag of the podcast. Everyone.
What do you
This
mean?
is exactly why these statements he does
Oh
are
my
gonna
god!
come
Listen,
back on
okay,
him.
I didn't know there was so much love for them, like all three together like that.
Well,
My bad.
it's a new starting pair.
It's just
And
like
it's
the
gonna-
human thing. Like, oh, people are friends. Me like friends. It's simple, but like it
Yeah.
works. It's simple but effective.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean as friends? Yeah. And the friends.
Oh,
make sense,
Genesis, why are you
absolutely,
so horny? Why are you thinking like they're dating? I never
I
said that.
didn't think. That's what I was.
Why are you so horny?
Oh my god! I thought the same. I was like,
Why are you so horny? I've seen my friends.
See?
I just met his friends.
I've seen it. I've seen the ship happen though on Twitter. Like,
It's not a bad
That
thing.
is the thing.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's cute. But like,
it's
I think
cute.
it is cute. Like they could like go to like the mall together and like hang out.
Oh.
yeah.
And
Emer,
then, like,
Emer thinking those stereotypical female thing. Oh yeah, and then the like.
No, because Ellie's a
buy
fashion
shoes.
lady. Ellie's a fashion lady, and Greg can give her a better wardrobe besides his long socks.
Alright, fair enough.
Either way, I actually think they're like really good together. I mean, it's like the three characters that I don't really like at all out of DC. One of them. Well, okay, no, that's I shouldn't
yes.
say that. I
Yes,
like
the three
them,
characters.
but I
Add
like them
Miriam,
more.
Fiore, and Lil. Yeah, you just hate all the women characters. It's just
No, hang on. I love Miori. And what? Miori? I like Miriam, Fiore, and Lil.
wait, you're forgetting someone.
Oh.
You're forgetting someone.
Well, I mean, that's kind of obvious. She's my favorite TC character. I mean, like, but like not like that. Okay, not like that.
Genesis, you always amaze me more than others, so thank you.
I'm just trying to be truthful here.
Oh
You
my
know what?
god! Man's just woke up
Own
from
it.
sleep.
Own it.
Oh my god!
Own your truth. That's all you gotta do.
Own it.
Yeah.
I don't like, but it was a very interesting. Like, it's very interesting seeing Gabby and Gret like that. I will say that, especially when Gret started tickling Gabby. I was like, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
we're not quite there yet, but like I do like how this represents like Gabby's story this season, where the first half was very Ellie focused, the second half is very Gret focused, and now boom, they're together. It's great. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, that is cute.
It is quite cute, and Gret and Ellie, they're bonding, and like this is what I say about I like healthy third wheels. Like Gret is a third wheel in this duo, but like she's not left out. Like they aren't like ignoring her. It's like, oh, it's a healthy third wheel. It's cute. I love it. Like Tess, I love it. I love Tess being a healthy third wheel. Gret.
Yeah, Tess being up in third wheel for like Gabby and Ellie was cool.
Yeah, that's true. The Gabby Ellie and Hunt Ellie, it's great. This is the ultimate third wheel.
Sure.
Wait. Yeah. I say
Emer-
Ellie's the third wheel.
How's
the way
that?
that was going.
How's Ellie the third wheel?
Because she's the third wheel. Because
you think couples
Grabby
should-
has more chemistry.
Yeah, you think couples should
Grabby
be like,
has more chemistry.
they should always be kissing and like no like subtlety?
No,
Is
but
that what you're saying?
at least communicate with your partner in these things.
Yeah, she is now.
Oh no.
What do you mean
No.
now? Now is what do you
Off
Oh,
screen.
too late.
Off
Too late.
screen.
what do you mean?
Right, off screen convenient.
What? So James is still an asshole? James is still an asshole? What? We have Miriam's still an asshole because she was bad once at one point earlier in life.
Well, to be fair,
Connor's
Why am I
still
lying for
Connor's still a
this?
sim.
but can you blame her for being a simp though? Like, that's all I'm
Nah.
gonna say.
I don't know. I think people like have the problem with development in the show because they want it to be like episodic and not like a serialized show where people evolve. Like
I think
look,
that
when
Ellie-
you watch like Phineas and Ferb will be the same characters for every single episode because that's the show.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Tom
Yeah.
and Jerry.
Like,
I get what you mean. Yeah, no, I'm very
think
happy
Gabby
these
is a
characters have
little-
been evolving.
you know what?
Yeah, I think Gabby has been just a little too forgiving with Ellie, but like they've been together for so long,
Yeah.
so like I feel like maybe there's something going
Well,
on
you
in the
expect-
to be
background.
fair,
they
that-
got
yeah,
it.
Gabby,
but, like,
Gabby's an INFP
Yeah.
like you. You're
All I will say
forgiving.
though,
what?
I like
I will
I
say
like,
not
one
an-
thing that-
I like burn your crops and you'll be like,
No, I
okay,
also
Jpeg,
think Gabby's
understand.
too for.
Wait, what?
I like
I didn't
burn.
even hear
I'm
what you-
also thinking Gabby is too forgiving of Ellie, but I also feel like that's very on brand for Gabby. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's in character.
I want to
so-
raise one question
Right.
for everyone.
Yep.
Gabby
Mhm.
moved from Poland to Canada to New York. He has to put a little bit of investment in this relationship for a while to see it through.
Oh,
Like so
right.
much. Like, you can't have her stop now. Like that's very
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
like she needs a little.
Look. We
Needs to
all
try a little.
express our
Intensity.
love in different ways. Some people will say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it," like a day beforehand.
Yeah.
Some people do it a few minutes beforehand. It's how we express.
I like how Ellie's. I like how Ellie's more like she'll let you know.
Some
but,
people
like,
say it
she's not
5
gonna
hours
show it as
late.
well.
Some people say 5 hours late after the podcast is already
Okay.
done.
Rumors and hearsay. Rumors and hearsay.
We all express ourselves in
Just
different
looking
ways.
around my room.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Okay, look, that was me throwing shade, but it's true, you know, like.
Yeah, no, really? I did not think that was
like
that.
if I'm not gonna make it, I'll tell you guys hours beforehand. But some people say it hours later. It's fine.
No, that's a lie, Jpeg. You fell asleep when you were supposed to give us a reminder.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, Genesis was there. I call you out. I could.
Oh,
That's
got
true.
him.
Anyway, where were we?
Oh.
Now, Imer,
Right,
I've heard from the grapevine that you didn't like this joke. That Miranda said that you didn't like this joke. Denny's joke. All right, Denny's joke is now canon. Ellie works at Denny's.
Okay.
Wait, did I miss there
let's
was a
talk
Denny's
about it.
joke?
Yeah. Ellie says
Yeah,
I have to
literally
go
works
back
at
to working
Denny's.
at Denny's to pay off my loans.
Oh my god, it's real!
Yeah, it's real.
It's real!
Go to your local Denny's at 2 a.m.
if you remember, I was doing like Kai greetings, and I was saying like, "Oh yeah, Gabby and her waitress girlfriend." That was me like foreshadowing it because I knew it was gonna be canon.
Oh,
Oh
my
yeah!
God. Go
Oh yeah,
back
you
to
better
that.
do.
Wait, I have a question. So, was the Denny's thing canonized because of the dispatch, or did it just, like, were you, like, foreshadowing it from the beginning?
It was Michael. Michael added this joke, but Michael knew that me and Tam would joke for like the last 2 years that Ellie
Yeah.
has like Denny's waitress vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is
Yeah.
way before dispatch. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, episode 19 was like the criticism, not after, but like a decent amount after.
Yep.
I'm guessing.
So there you go. A lot of
Wait,
people. I know that some artists like McDonald's Ellie, but no, Denny's Ellie is funnier.
Denny's Ellie is funny.
McDonald's was James. That's the thing.
McDonald's.
Yeah. Yes.
So Ellie's not perfect,
Clowns
of
scare
course.
me.
Ellie says, "Am I being praised by Gret? Has hell frozen over?" So obviously she's not super nice
That
just
was
yet,
cute.
but obviously Ellie corrects herself. He says, "Oh yeah, it's time I let go of the game," and then Crystal interrupts her.
Also, wait, is this the first time Gabby was mad at Ellie? Like really mad with her expression?
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
I think so.
She was upset about the competitive Ellie, but this she was like, "Don't mess my best friend about this, Ellie, or else."
Look. You play Among
Girlfriend's
Us.
tamer.
You don't get mad at them. You're like, "Fuck you, Emer. You're an asshole in Among Us. I'm gonna take it personal to the grave." It's like, nah, it's a game.
Yeah,
God.
no,
And,
exactly.
like, granted, it's a
Yeah.
game for $3 million, but it's still a game.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's like-
most people can differentiate that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Aiden or Jake or but some can.
That's true.
Some can.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
like Aiden's like that's obviously for the show. Jake's like, I knew it. Oh my. The perception of characters is so funny in this show.
So the finalist will get like 100,000. Alex, like that's less than 5% of the boundary. It's like, who cares, dude? It's a lot of money. Who gives a shit?
Well, is it before tax or after tax?
Probably
Ugh.
before tax. So it's like 50K. That's still.
Are
not
they
bad.
in Canada? Does that stuff get taxed? I don't know.
Well, if you're like Ashley, and you're gonna get screwed.
No, because Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers. The winner of Survivor 41 is Canadian, and she didn't get like taxed despite it being an American.
Yeah,
So she got all of she got like the full million. Right.
Yo.
That's a big spoiler, but yeah.
No. Do you think Disventure Camp people are actually gonna watch Survivor? Like maybe in like 5 years,
Yeah.
Like me.
they'll forget about it. Don't worry. But yeah, no.
Okay.
So like if you're not from Canada, you're probably getting the full million, which is great.
Yo.
Yeah.
The full 3 million.
That's
Sorry, the
why
full
I
3
like-
million.
Crazy.
But if you are Canadian,
But,
like,
like,
if you're like a hunter or like an ally, then like you probably don't get the full price.
Wait, Hunter and Allie are Canada.
They're Canada, yeah.
Yeah. That,
So they get Canadian taxes.
Yeah.
whoa.
But like
Wait.
an
So in
American
America?
an American would so Ashley would get the full 3 million.
No, America
thought it was
gets
reversed.
taxed. Canada doesn't get taxed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a Canadian game show though. The game show isn't Canadian. Canada.
Oh.
Oh.
It's not in Canada, Jpeg. The show's not in Canada. We confirmed this.
Okay, it's not in Canada,
somewhere
but
else.
it's probably by a Canadian broadcasting company.
Oh.
Oh,
Maybe,
I
yeah.
see. Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
Like it's not in
Yeah.
Canada, but it's
Okay.
like Survivor's in like the Philippines sometimes, but it's an American show.
Yeah, okay.
That is
I get
so
it now.
funny.
So,
That's
like, yeah.
interesting. So basically,
Is Ashley
damn,
Joel
Ashley
African?
could have
Yeah.
got like a really good farm. She could have
Yeah,
got like a
so
nice
Ashley-
one stacked out.
Ashley, Blake, and James would have gotten like
Tess.
amazing prizes. Tess is
Dang.
Canadian, isn't she?
Uh,
Tess is
No,
Canadian.
Tessa's not a Canadian.
Ellie,
Oh, she's a Canadian citizen, probably.
Ellie is American.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
And like I like how we're acting like the prize is so much smaller. Like $1.5 million is still a lot of fucking money. Like $1.5 million
Yeah.
versus $3 million. It's still a lot of money.
It is.
But yeah, Alec. I don't know why Alec's whining. It's still. I mean, you got eliminated, dude. Come on. This is the perfect second chance. So I was wrong. I'd like to apologize because when Hunter and Tess pull up their cards, I thought they were playing the card game. They're not playing the card game. They're doing the challenge.
Yeah, I was like predicting. I was like, JPEG, is this for the challenge? Like, no, it's a card game.
I got it
Okay,
confused.
it looks like the challenge.
We forgot to mention it. Oh my god, I can't believe we forgot to mention it. So Hunter and Tess earlier in the episode, they talk about the card game that Tess refused to play. I don't know if Genesis, do you know what this is a reference to?
Card game they used to play.
But
Was
or
this
refused to
episode
play.
7 or? Oh, refused to play.
I like
Yeah.
You immediately think it's episode 7.
Yeah, no,
It is
like
Episode
I.
8. I don't blame you.
Can I tell you, Genesis?
I don't know what it's referencing. What is it referencing?
Episode 3 of DC2, where Allie and Hunter played a card game, but they never showed it.
No, sorry, Imer.
Wait.
Fix your sentence. Hunter and Allie aren't seen playing a card game.
Oh, they aren't seen it, but they played it in DC2 episode 3, which I did say.
That's Uno. They're playing Uno in that scene. They're not playing the card game.
Okay, but like,
Okay, so in episode 2, Genesis, Hunter says, I have a
Yeah.
card game that is good for, like, it has bonding questions to get to know you. So myself and some other people were like, oh, this is interesting. That's like a natural way to give exposition. Like, oh, what is your biggest fear? Oh, why are you here? You know, what school do you go to, right?
Right.
They don't show the card game on, like, they're showing
Oh.
Hunter and Allie play the card game, but they don't show it on screen. It's like, why? That is the most natural exposition you could do. It's such a good exposition, and they don't use it. And so it's been a meme.
Right.
I was like, oh, the card game would have fixed DC2's problems. So it was a small meme.
no, it would not have.
Okay,
Like,
it would have fixed all of them,
it's still
obviously.
DC2 right. It was still DC2 right in. It
Yeah,
wouldn't have
but
been as
you
cool
would
as you
have
thought.
understood Hunter and Allie more. You would have gotten Hunter and Allie's characters more, right? And those two are the ones that really needed it, right? Because like you don't really know their characters.
That is true.
Tam, you there? Do you have any 2 cents on this, Tam?
No, I think Tam's still getting food.
Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, like, okay, I don't think it would have solved every single problem, but it would have been nice, right?
Right.
Yeah, like a lot of scenes like that, like Rhea and Yul fighting, which is why Connor would have quit in season 2. The cave scene for one, that would have maybe had a big argument for Tess Alley, but like they never got that. So Tess Alley were never seen as a there because of their lack of scenes
Yeah.
in cut.
But yeah, it's just funny to
That's
think
my fan view.
that in episode 2, Hunter says, "Hey Tess, you want to play a card game?" Tess says no because at this point she's still introverted and she doesn't like Hunter or whatever.
Right.
And so here we are, many episodes later, and they finally played the game. Granted, it's still off screen, but at least they played it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of these moments are really big. Like you would never get these conversations like someone like the world's moving without being shown on the camera, because that's something I love storytelling. It's like things happen, but the major stuff are shown on camera.
Yeah.
To show like how it's like an ever-going story. And this is like the really like first time it's pushed, and I like that because the Motel is a time skip.
Yeah, but it's
The camera crew were pointing to the right people this time, you know.
the fact that the card game
Yeah.
is acknowledged is just, it's so funny. It's so like obscure.
I wouldn't even have caught that. That whizzed right over my head.
It's such an
Like I
obscure
said.
reference, but I love it.
It's DC2 super fans, but no.
Yeah, DC2, to be fair, a lot of and I said this in previous podcasts, but DC2 is the season of throwaway lines. Like, a lot of the characterization is like, okay, really random reference. Genesis, do you know in Investigations 1, Ace Attorney Shilong Lang, you remember him, right? The cop guy. Genesis.
I do.
Okay, so his backstory is explained in like 3 throwaway lines. His entire backstory is like 3 throwaway lines.
Is it? Oh yeah, it kind of is. You're right.
That's kind of the vibe I get with DC2, is that a lot of the stuff is given in like super throwaway lines.
I can kind of see it. Yeah. Yeah.
But you agree?
It's kind of true. It's been a while since I've seen DC2, but
like it's like then the trauma dumps in DC2 was so funny. It's like 2 lines. My grandpa died. I was sad. I found gaming. All is better now, and now I have my new players in my life. Tess is like, yeah, you do. And that was the scene. That was the trauma dumps back then. Like, and that was food. Like, that's how bad.
That's how starved we were. That's how starved we were. We would take these like crumbs of character.
Yeah,
we'd run with it. And like to be fair,
so it's like Denny's.
To be fair, yeah, basically Denny's. And to be fair to fanfic writers, they probably enjoyed it. You know, you can make like mountains out of molehills if you're a fanfic writer. But like, you know, for the people that you know want like actual content and not like make your own content, it's not a lot. Not a lot. Anyway, yeah, they get the cards. They work together. Tom has a really interesting confessional. He's like, "Oh, I don't look like a gold digger, so that's before the finish line." I don't know why. That's kind of funny.
I feel like that line has a lot of like elements that could be used in the finale. Not like gold digger-esque, but how he wants to approach Jake. Like, I think that's like how I noticed the line first, as because it's very interestingly placed at the motel.
Yeah. Oh man. Next up, we have Genesis' favorite throuple. We have Gabby, Gret, and Ellie. Why don't you talk about this for a bit?
Oh wait, didn't it? Wait,
in the pool.
Was I mistaking the wrong one?
In the pool. We were talking about the food scene. Now we're at the pool scene.
Gabby's looking for the totem in the pool. Thankfully she isn't calling Diane or anything. Basically, Ellie's sort of like, hey, like, you know, if we want a chance of winning the money, we can't look at it in stupid places like the pool. Gret jumps in with Gabby, however, and starts tickling her, and it is cute. It is a very cute scene. Everyone is muted, so I guess this is my turn to take the floor. But basically, it's one of those scenes where it's like, you know, like, oh god, like, guys, what are you doing? You know, Ellie's standing there like, oh, guys, what are you doing? And then like right at the end, she goes, what the heck? And she jumps right in with them. It's a very sweet, it's a very sweet scene. And I think it's another classic example of where the characters really evolved from how they were in DC1. They grow up so fast. Yeah, no, it was really nice.
Yeah.
Drastic deviation from how I expected Ellie to turn out this season, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
She's getting better. She's growing in my eyes.
Ellie jumped into the pool, said like, "Oh, they're having a good time. Maybe this time I can fix that and make some actual friends." And I thought that was great. However, I don't like what Gret and Ellie said. They were mean to Gabby. They were like, "Oh, why are you looking in the water, dumbass?" It's like that's not a bad hiding place. Like if I was hiding the totem, I would put it in the pool.
Oh yeah.
That's like a pretty decent hiding place, actually.
Right, yeah.
I don't know why they were dunking on her.
I mean, either, actually. Yeah, no, I was a little confused by that. Maybe it's because, like, I don't know, maybe they just didn't expect, like, a wooden totem to be underwater, but I don't know.
We're at the swimming scene when they jump in the pool. Okay, I'm going to be honest. When Gret started tickling Gabby, I was like, what the heck am I watching? I was looking.
No, I get what you mean. I know. I get what you mean. I was like, is this Gabby or Elmo? Like, I don't know what's happening. But yeah, no, it was still a cute scene nonetheless. I mean, I would have asked Gabby if I was gonna tickle, but sure.
Yeah. Consensual tickling.
Consensual tickling.
Consensual tickling.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Tam,
and should I?
You know, yeah. You go.
Yeah, I mean, I could also mention the confessional, which is like just basically Ellie talking about like her time in college and how Gret and Gabby allowed her to reflect on that. It was basically, you know, her realizing that she's spent too much time worrying about her funds that she never really like got the other side of it, you know? It was which is understandable, but also, you know, you kind of need both. You really do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's very therapeutic for me, because as someone who has seen too much of that other side of Ellie, it's just nice to have that from Ellie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
I like this scene, and you
mhm.
you weren't there, Genesis, when we talked about this. I'm gonna briefly recap, but
Okay.
a lot of people have noticed, said like, oh, this episode saved a lot of characters, like Hunter and Ellie and Tom and all that stuff. I think saved is just the wrong word, because save implies that this was like damage control, right? Last minute damage control. Like, it wasn't. Like, that's how you make a story. You put like the big character moments at the end of the story, like their ending points of their arcs.
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
No.
we didn't damage Ellie that much with the intention to like, oh, she's just a bad person, she's horrible. No, it was always to like be so that throughout the season, in episode 11 and now episode 19, she's slowly getting better, right? So that's how arcs work.
I'd use the word damage control for some characters, but Ellie wouldn't be one of them.
Wait, who is damage control? Okay.
Well, not this episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I think we can't say there's zero damage control because you've admitted that this came out after the criticism, so like those could come into mind.
Yeah.
But is it?
But I don't think Ellie's thing was one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's Ellie's.
I think. Just to fix what I said, like I'm not saying like, okay, Tom was always gonna like acknowledge that he was an asshole, but like we didn't realize it would be that bad. We didn't realize that like, oh, maybe we made Tom too much of an asshole.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think Tom was that much of an asshole, if that makes sense, this season. So I think it was fine. I don't think I'd consider that damage control. I would consider Allie's whole thing to be damage control.
Ooh.
Oh, spicy take.
Wait. What do you mean, Allie?
Huh?
What do you mean by Allie?
Well, like I'm not referring to this episode in particular, but I'm talking about how Allie's whole like, you know, because one of the big Allie things was like she was too boring. Nobody really liked her at all, and so the whole I it's not really damage control, but it was kind of damage control, like to give her more of like, or to use that sort of criticism as a jumping point for more character development, if that makes sense.
Yeah. DC2 to DC All Stars. That's what you mean.
Basically, when you watch DC3 and you watch DC2, like, wow, DC3 moments kind of healed the season for me with Allie.
Are you talking about just from the beginning of DC All Stars to the end?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like in a vacuum, DC All Stars, because like. Again, there's another example where episode 17, where Allie is like, "Hey, maybe I'm being rude. Maybe like this is not the right way to go." And people are like, "Oh, that's damage control from episode 14 with the bear, with Jake and the bear." And it's like, no, episode 14 and 17 were both written in like January or like 2023. It's like, how can that be damage control? We didn't have the damage yet.
Yeah, no, that's also what I was thinking of. I was thinking like All Stars, they wouldn't have had. Well, maybe they could change little stuff, but like you couldn't really like. I couldn't consider any of this damage control then.
Like the helpers.
I will admit, Tom was a bit damage control. Like Tom having having a bigger acknowledgement, because like, okay, he was always going to acknowledge it, but like it is bigger than it would have been. Right? It would have been like something smaller in the original script, but then after the criticisms of real classy Jake, we added not we, by we I mean Jace. Jace added a lot more acknowledgement and like I was an asshole, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? That is that is like damage control, but it's like. But it was always going to happen.
Job of damage control.
It's this weird line where it's damage control, but it was also always going to happen, I guess.
Yeah. I just feel like proofreading, you could consider damage control, but still like part of the role, they knew this could happen. So it's good to have like multiple eyes to fix it and enhance it.
Yeah.
I didn't think real classy Jake would piss people off that much.
I know.
Yeah, I think it's because we underestimated the fact that people would be a bit more like reciprocative of like the episodes that they currently exist. Right? When you see episode 6 and Ellie's being asked like, "Oh my God, you're ruining Ellie. Ellie's an awful person," but it's more so that way so that she can grow out of it, right?
Yeah. Like obviously, certain characters could avoid obstacles, but it's 2 years. They're gonna get messy again, and that's why we love them, to see how they go for their new mess. Yeah. Like that's a journey. That's like a big like fundamental part of storytelling.
Yeah, and just if everyone got better and learned and was a better person after like a few years, then like what is this fantasy world? I want to live there. That sounds amazing. Like,
Yeah.
if like everyone just got better. Like, what is this like reality? I want to go there.
On the topic of Allie, though, I like that we've seen like the perspective from Hunter, but I can't help but like feel bad because like Allie had flaws too in how she handled Hunter and like in the remarks she said when he was gone and stuff. I'm like, maybe that stuff should have been like pointed out at some point, but I don't know. That's all I'm saying about like the damage control in Allie. I think it's just like reminding us that Allie has an issue, like with her insecurities and stuff, and that's why she's acting the way. But like,
Yeah.
She should be held accountable for some things. But yeah.
I mean, well, Allie like had like one line this episode, so I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. Oh my god.
What was that? You like turned into a parrot or something?
A parrot?
Her inner Yul.
But yeah, no, I think like this episode saved a lot of characters. That's just weird in my head. It's like, no, it's always planned that way. That would be like saying like I don't know. What's an example of this? Like I don't know. I don't know.
The sequel saved the prequel. Like
no, because those are like
planned
two
as-
different iterations. Like I don't think any sequel was ever planned in advance. Right.
Yeah, well, it depends. Some things are drafted ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Oh my god, the ending of The Lion King where Simba learns to not be a little bitch boy, save The Lion King. It's like no, it was always planned that way. What do you mean saved? Like it was planned that way. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, we should
Jewel?
say thank you. I'm going there to the next section.
Yep.
God.
Isn't that right, Jar Jar?
What?
All right, let's go, Jewel. Your time to
Where's
shine.
this Jar Jar? Oh my god. Okay, Jewel. Everybody's favorite dynamic. Yes. Who cheered?
I like it.
Yeah. Thank you, Imer. Yeah, okay. I love this dynamic. I think that we needed this with Yul. Like I know that we all love our little like not redeemed little evil character, Jack Horner kind of guy. But I don't know. I think this was needed. Especially like with the scene coming further down the line with Gret and everything. I think it's really tying together like the whole issue with Yul ever since like DC2. With the whole like grilled not all the mics off.
What? I just unmuted.
Oh, I was gonna say what should I rant about? Yeah. These two are just great. I think that with like Yul getting his face grilled, this is like one of the moments where DC definitely straddles the line of like cartoon and reality, and like it always plays up the cartoon logic when it wants to, but Yul's his whole character, this whole show has been like the prime example of like playing up that cartoon logic. I think that like in these little moments, this is what we're gonna get with Yul, like getting him like beyond being just like one-dimensional and stuff. I think that perhaps it might have been a little too late for him to be anything but like try to get his whole like redemption arc and stuff. But we'll see, maybe. But God, the thing. But yeah, Yul is what the show needs him to be. It's entertaining. It's iconic. And we always like question if we're going to hell after laughing at one of his jokes. So, so Yul getting his ass kicked, it definitely fits here, and like it's a reminder that we're not supposed to like this guy.
Yeah.
So I think that conversations like this, like what James and Yul are having, are needed because like James is literally the only person that can even extract those kind of feelings and awareness from Yul, because he's a fellow antagonist himself. Like people forget that like characters like James and Gret, they could be mean assholes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that James really empathizing with that like isolation that comes with just like being a dick for the cameras, but also like just playing it up in exchange for like fame and followers and status. When that's all just stripped away from you, you have nothing, and like suddenly he has no more crutch to rely on for like his self-worth and ego. So I definitely makes sense for Yul to actually acknowledge this, because it's at the end of the line. Like, we need something from Yul. Come on.
It
We
is
need you to say something.
fascinating
Yeah.
that Yul does get a few crumbs of complexity.
Mhm.
And they're appreciated. I appreciate it because it's really a fine balance. Because I know a lot of people want him to have a backstory, but at the same time, like, you know, it's kind of this weird line where it's like if you give him reason to empathize with him, then all of a sudden all the horrible things you've done aren't so horrible anymore. You feel bad for him. It's like, no, it's like he's a bad person.
Exactly.
Like, look, I hate to say it, these people do exist. Like, people like Yul and Rhea exist in this world, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to meet some, come to the Philippines. I'm a theater kid. Let's go to some of my theater classes. You'll meet a bunch of Yuls and Rheas. Like, they exist. Like, you might not like it, but it's real. And
Shout out Jpeg Spears.
Yeah, and like, again, not everyone wants to see that kind. Like, you know, they want escapism. I get that. But he's still a person. Yul is still a person. Like, even if you don't agree with him, you can show that he does have emotions. That's my 2 cents. And it's like, we're obviously not empathizing with him. Like, immediately, and he's like, "Oh, fuck you, Gret. I'm an asshole." Right.
Yeah. If you look deep enough into a person, like, you'll still like see some kind of reasoning why a person acts that way, even if they are the most evil
person.
Evil person.
Imer, I'm gonna let you have a few words in this one, because I know you said that you didn't like Yul being Rhea's. I know this comes a bit later, but you don't like Yul being Rhea's helper. What are your thoughts on that, Imer?
Ooh.
Here's the thing. I didn't expect it. I actually do like it now, because I do see a little in. I'll say for later in the pod, they could do. I think it's going to be very elaborate. Because, like, everyone thinks of Yul as, like, yeah, I'm thinking of head. Like, before, when I watched the episode, I'm like, okay, it has to be Gret. Because then I'll set up, like, Alec and Connor, maybe. Well, obviously not. Well, that's actually, wait, we'll save that for later. But, like, we need, like, someone like Gret who would, like, give Rhea a set of mind. But the thing is, like, they don't have to be a positive influence. Maybe listen to the negative influence, like, wait, I'm like that. I don't want to be like that. Like, stuff like that is interesting. It's like, oh, Yul gets the money. But here's the thing, guys. Like, Yul actually wins the money. I'm theorizing this. Would he be rewarded and be rich and have a successful life? No. He'll burn it all away.
Oh, I thought like, literally he'll burn it. Like, get gasoline.
No,
I don't need this. I don't need this.
Yeah. He's like, well, it's going to be like Pocket. She's like, all right, I won the competition. Everyone's going to think I'm so cool. And then everyone's going to hate on him. So he'll just, like, it'll backfire eventually. Like, even if Yul wins, he will reach his end in a hole where he lives in a garbage can. Like, he'll be like the guy from Sesame Street. That'll be Yul.
Oh my god!
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, Oscar. That's Yul. That'll be Yul, probably.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm not really mad about Yul winning money, because I know he will use this shit. He doesn't have a manager anymore. He can't afford that. He'll think himself is the best manager he could ever have. Like, that's Yul.
Exactly.
Sorry. Sorry. But yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, fam. Oh man. Anyway, where were we? Where were we? I lost myself. I actually lost myself. Crap, where were we?
We're after. Okay, so Fiore and Alec.
So Alex says there isn't an X anywhere, despite the very obviously being like an X on the tree. It's like very obvious.
Like, it's like it's over there.
Like, you're digging there, you're close to there for a reason. It's like, why are you randomly just digging there? It just so happens that the X exists. Like, I get it. It's a cartoon. You know, they're stupid. I get it. But they dig, and then Tom, you know, like, Tom's so cute in this. He's like, sorry, Fiore, I need this. Like, you know, I wouldn't think Tom would apologize to Fiore. It's very unexpected. I know. Other than, fuck you,
He's growing!
He's growing. He forgives the children.
Distract him. And, like, one of my favorite moments is seeing reactors watch this, and, like, in their heads, you can tell that, oh no, Tom's gonna get it. Tom's gonna support Jake. Oh my god, it's so boring. But no, Alec tackles Tom, and then Fiore gets it, and they're like, what? That's not who I thought at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Well, honestly, though, Genesis, you predicted it true. Alec will fall on the sword for Fiore, but not the way you expect.
Genesis, I think he's a BRBing, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, no one saw that coming. I don't think anyone thought Fiore would be relevant. That's why, like, I kept on saying, like, I would rather have a season where all the characters, or not all the characters, but most of the characters feel relevant until the very end. Because, like, you could have just ended episode 7. Fiore and Alec, they're friends again. That's it. Fiore's never relevant for the rest of the season. Like, that sounds so much worse, especially for this All-Stars grand finale trilogy season, right?
Alright. I want to like get something on my mind before I forget it. In episode 18, Anya's like, you gotta validate whose opinion do you hear from. I feel like theorizing, what if Fiore is supposed to be that, where she gives opinion to Alec, where she shouldn't take with a grain of salt after listening to Connor. Maybe I wonder if that is done purposely by the plot. Just like to find little daggers somewhere.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. It might happen. We'll see. Stop laughing.
Yeah.
I'll say it more then on purpose.
But yeah, I like Fiore's little victory's mine, because like that was the line I added in DC1, so I'm happy it made a return
I
here.
know.
Aww.
Fiore and Ashley have a return in lines.
Heck yeah.
That is so cute.
So yeah, Fiore gets immunity, or not immunity, she gets the totem, and by the way, I love how the totems are all the 3 totems from DC's history. I thought that was cute.
I know.
Yeah.
DC2 totem.
A lot of people are like, oh yeah, Fiore gets the season 1 because she was the antagonist of season 1, James season 2, and because he was antagonist of season 2, and Yul season 3. And I'm like, Yul was not the antagonist. Yul was not the main antagonist of season 3. Come on.
Who's
Oh
the
my
main
God.
antagonist, though? Like,
Yeah. They wouldn't let him shine.
So yeah, and then Fiore says that she'll make the nuns be her servants. Kind of funny.
yeah.
We'll do
That is so devilish.
We'll do another nun character analysis, something like that.
Oh my God. She's gonna run them.
So Hunter and Tess try to get to the roof. Doesn't work. Aiden's group has more people, so they're able to do it. So firstly, why did they choose Aiden to go on the roof? That's probably the worst person.
I know!
Yeah, I want to say something.
He's the one who's afraid of heights.
Aiden, you stupid person. Did he compulsively lie again? He said he learned his fear of heights. Like, he said he fixed it, and he's still timid. It's not
okay,
like,
Emer. Okay, there's a big difference between not being afraid of heights and then, like, I don't know.
Is it windy?
Being thrown off a plane. Being thrown off a plane. There's a big difference.
Oh my gosh.
Like I'm not afraid of spiders, but if you put me in a room with like 50 million spiders, then yeah, I'd be afraid.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, I forgot. Was that why he was scared?
No, he just it's high and windy.
Oh, okay, then yeah, fair. Like, that's valid then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get he's weaker, but I don't know. You could just boost Lake, and then Lake could be the one up there.
Lake could do like an acrobat. She can do a spin, and she'll get above, like, just with Ashley's help.
Yeah. My theory is that like it easily could have been like Blake getting the totem, but like, you know, if you put Blake getting injured, then people would be really pissed off. So let's put it. People would rather Aiden be injured.
Yeah. It's funnier when the shrimp gets
true.
hurt.
Yeah,
that is so true.
Like the thing with these characters is that like there's a big fear that if our characters ever get injured, then you get mad. Like, fuck you! Why did you injure my character? I'm kind of lucky. Like I think both Tess and Kai have like never actually been injured in the show, which is kind of interesting.
Well,
oh my God, armor.
I think the most Tess has been injured was when Rhea pushed Tess into Allie. That's like the most she's been injured.
True.
She didn't even get hit by a dodgeball.
That's true. Yeah. Well, she did lick Oliver's foot because Oliver's a little freak. But I mean, that's
that.
So Hunter grabs Nina from Marcus, which I thought was kind of funny, and then he throws it at Nina.
It's a nostalgia because Hunter and Nina were friends. Episode 12, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that little thing going on. Like,
yeah. He just throws her. That is so mean, but so iconic.
So, Hunter said, and this is like literally like 3 words. He says, "Hey, Aiden, catch," and that is the first and probably the only interaction these two have ever had. It is so funny.
Yay! Hunter fans, you won.
Despite appearing in every single episode of DC2 together, and like a good amount of episodes here,
That's
That is their
crazy.
one and only interaction in the whole series.
I feel like they're really enemies. They're like really like they do not like each other.
If you look at the comments, Tam, I say Hunter and Aiden interaction. This is not a drill. It took us 45 episodes,
Yeah.
but it's finally here. The funny thing is, they're not even in the same level. Like Aiden's like up on the roof. They're not even on eye level. with
I
each other. Okay, I said that Michael wanted to add a Tess and Ellie thing. He also wanted to add a Hunter Aiden interaction just for the hell of it, but he couldn't make it in.
Creepy. Oh man. Oh.
But yeah.
Dang.
So I'm gonna be honest. I probably just didn't like process it in my brain. But the script says Nina's eyes glow red. She grabs Aiden. Supernatural glow from Nina. Like, I guess I didn't process how like funny that would be in animation.
I know. Me neither.
It's okay. This and the superhero episode was like ONC's test to make a superhero show. Like they got all that practice done.
Yeah.
So Nina just like lifts it up in the air with like dark magic or something. It's so funny. And then she slams him on the sign. And then the totem falls on James. He's like, huh?
Oh, I love that. I love that.
This episode, oh my god, this is really was a DC2 throwback episode with James, Aiden, Hunter,
I
and
know. It's so
Yul. You
good.
got the mean boys. The fucking mean boys are back.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, and this was a dream episode for DC2 fans, proofreaders. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Tam, you take this Yul scene. I think this is the last Yul scene.
Oh, wait. Oh my god. Oh, right.
He gets two.
Yeah. Oh shoot, my iPad died. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I love the way that Yul is like yelling for Gret. Like he's so whiny and like he's not used to doing this and like actually being a freaking like good person. Like it's just all a facade. But I like that like confessional that he had, where he really gets to like air it out and like really just say that like his everything's riding on this, like his dance career, reputation. He really becomes like aware of like, oh, his actions are actually catching up to him. Because last season, like, oh, his followers miraculously just like took him back. Like even after all those racist comments and all that, he was at his worst. Actually trying to poison someone, and yeah, now that we see that people are finally becoming aware that Yul isn't really good. So in universe, so James, and he's actually acknowledging something. Like James is actually right about something. Like after all these conversations in episode 11 and now here, I think it's finally getting through to him because like no one else would ask him how he feels. You know. So, and then here we go with the Gret confrontation. And I know when this was being written, I was actually talking with Michael, and then he said like he wanted this to actually be longer, and we were actually gonna have like a Yul confession when like
What?
that
he's gay? What?
that he's gay, yeah.
What?
No way. No way. That's not
Yes.
real. That's not real.
No, it's real. It's actually real. We were like actually like thinking about this. But like that would have been too much of a like a whole like playing into like the whole internalized homophobia. But yeah, there was actually gonna be like kind of a confession that, oh, maybe I am gay. Oh my god. I gotta go back on the text, but yeah. But I think this is like this really plays along with like it's short and sweet. Not sweet, but like straight to the point about like how Yul really feels. Like I think that Yul was just trying to save face in this moment. He doesn't actually really care. And yeah, I think that Gret seeing her reaction, she's over it. She can see right through Yul, really. And then he gloats in her face after finding the totem, which was like, oh my god, gastric bypass, that's so rude, I hate you, oh my god. But yeah, I think that Greg finally like sees like she's above all this. Like Yul is just straight up nonsense. He works on like no logic at all whatsoever, and yeah, Yul always thinks he's on top. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love Mark's performance in the scene. Like it feels real, I guess. Like I know it's like well, like 3 lines, but like I don't know. It's like whoa, is Yul actually gonna recover? I guess.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, is he? I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. You know. Probably not. But
Yeah.
He won't recover, but it's a nice little decoy. It's a nice little decoy.
Yeah, a little decoy.
Little debate just for the comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he trips. He does get it. He does get the last totem.
Yeah. Jared was very insistent on that, like having that decoy in there too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah.
I think it's good.
Yul is the.
It shows that like some people just don't change no matter what. They will always be tempted with like money or fame or clout or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Yul is like a good example of it. Now, like, is Rhea gonna follow the same? Who knows? We'll see.
I love this like discussion. This discussion people are having where whether Rhea or Yul is more evil.
Yeah, it's
Well,
good.
the answer's simple. It's Yul. But
That's what I was thinking, but like some people were saying Rhea, and I'm like, oh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're pretty much done with the episode. Fiore chooses Allie. I think originally Michael said that he wanted Connor and Alec to like kind of persuade Fiore to pick Allie or whatever. Like she was gonna originally pick Rhea, but then Connor and Alec were like, no, don't do it. And then
Wait, who was gonna pick Rhea?
Fiore. And then James picks Jake, and everyone was like, oh! Again, I don't really think this episode is Jake focused at all. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that isn't about Jake in this episode. People just see what they want to see, and apparently people are obsessed with Jake, so fair enough, I guess. And James has an amazing line. He says, I'm doing this for Aiden. No, I'm hell, I'm picking Raya. Raya. That was not in the script.
Raya! Oh my god.
But Dolph just did that by himself. It's so funny. There's a little,
he just did that by himself!
It's like a little unintentional callback. Raya.
So meta.
You like that, Emer? You like Raya? Raya.
Yeah, I do love Raya.
So yeah, it's nice. I like how James is willing to give Jake a second chance, because James is really the one person that Jake really wronged, right, from the beginning of the season. I know a lot of people were like, "This is peak. This is actually really peak." You thought that was it. Yeah. A lot of people are like, "Oh man, I wish James and Jake got to interact more after episode 2." No, you just had to wait. That's what I was saying. There's some stuff that, from like the early episodes that gets brought back at the very end, and this is one of them. This is one of many.
Ooh.
It is one of many. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be fun for the Pure Eyes.
Heck yeah. But yeah, no, a lot of people just thought that story was over. And it's like, they were like, oh, Jake is improving, but he was an asshole to James. And it's like, yeah, we know. That's why you have this. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then Yul is stuck with Rhea.
Rhea's stuck with Yul.
No, Yul's stuck with Rhea. Yul's the better person. He's stuck with Rhea. I'm kidding. But that was originally the end of the episode. Wait, no, the original end of the episode was the Aiden confessional. This is interesting because they don't usually do this. But the Aiden confessional about, oh, me and James need to see a shrink. That was originally the last line of the episode, but it got moved earlier, of course.
Oh, thank goodness. That works
that'd be
so
a
much
horrible
better.
end.
I know. What the heck? Like nobody cares.
Go see that shrink. Okay.
Yeah, like okay. There's the ending of the episode. Like what? No.
Okay, wait. I'm
Honestly,
reading
the crystal.
Sorry, what? I'm reading this. There was originally a scene with Fiore and Alec. Connor would be like, "Oh, I gotta make sure that disadvantage goes to Rhea. Fiore can't be that hard to convince, can it?" And then Fiore would, Basically, Connor and Alec would be two dads. Two gay dads, basically.
Oh, that'd be so cute. And Connor doesn't have anything. That would have been nice. There's a lot of food. Connor will probably have more, hopefully. He will.
So yeah, there's a little Fiore Connor Alec scene that was cut, which is like fine, it's whatever. Yeah, no, that was originally the end of the episode, other than the host stuff. But there was one more scene that got added, and I'm really happy the scene got added. Like, I remember, Tam, when this came out, and I read it in class, I was actually tearing up a little when I saw this. I was like, oh, no way.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, no way. I was like, no way. They actually, oh my god.
Oh.
This was,
Yeah.
I like to think this was in response to episode 5 of DC All-Stars, which a lot of people are a lot more positive towards Hunter, and I think Jared really wanted to continue that goodwill, I guess. Jared and Michael, so they added the scene. Who wants to talk about it?
I mean, you can.
Heck yeah. So Hunter talks about how he feels like he let Allie down, and then he starts talking about his mom, right? He starts talking about his mom, and it annoys me that some people are like, why would Hunter mention his mom? That was never referenced before. And it's like, god damn it!
What? Oh my god!
The best like DC2 trauma dump is not remembered. Oh my god!
And then Hunter's like, I don't want Allie to go through, that she's alone or go through what my mom did, which, is alluding to depression, right? And Tess does her therapy stuff where it's like, even if you fight because of the stress of the game, you two have something real. And I thought, like, because I've been saying that, like, a lot of the themes of the season are, like, the stress of the game, but I feel like it hasn't been super directly acknowledged, right? Like, the stress.
Yeah.
Right? It's always, like, the fame, the fans, but never, like, the stress aspect of it all. Would you agree, Imer? I don't know. You pay attention more to Rhea, so I don't know.
I do feel like there is some stress factor, too. Obviously, it's not as shown, but, like, you see how, like, Rhea, like, she's, like, panicking in episode 17 when Greg goes home, and she's trying to breathe for a second just to catch her composure because she's, like, so, like, shocked about how her actions hurt Connor.
Yeah.
She knew it's been hurting him. But, like, this is, like, where it got to the point she's like, I need to give up.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. Like, it's too far. The season's about to end. She can get out of there.
And I feel like Hunter is more of an emotional person anyway. Like,
yeah.
I know he tried to say that he was being strategic in DC2, but that didn't last long. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Hunter is like one of the few like genuine like characters,
and
to really like see this all unfold.
When we started the season, I said that Hunter was like the biggest mystery box. And this is why, because, like, honestly, Hunter this season is kind of static. Like, I don't think he learns that much. He's always, like, kind of lovable and all that stuff. It's just that the stress of the game and Allie's pressures... Yeah, no, he's static, because it's like, he doesn't grow. Like, this is stuff he already knows. Right? Like, he would, like... Your opinion's going to change in 2 days, so I'm not going to comment, because I know your opinion's
No, I love Hunter. I'm just saying by the fan base.
No, yeah, I think...
like, back then at DC2.
No, I think... Okay, in All-Stars, I'm whenever I talk about characters, it's really about the previous iterations. It's always in a vacuum. But anyway, anyway,
I mean, I don't think he's very static because, like, comparing to like how he didn't even like really listen to Allie in the first place, like in the first few episodes.
Static as in, like, it's not like he was doing it out of spite. It was well intentioned. Like, he's just kind of bad about it, right? He's just kind of socially awkward about it, right? Which we know from DC.
Yeah.
Like we said before in the early pods, I always believed Allie was more in the wrong, but she was way better at phrasing her arguments than Hunter.
Yeah, and I like how... Right. Now, obviously, some people won't look back because it's been like 30 months at this point, but like when you're watching it in like quick succession, obviously, you can look back and be like, okay, so Hunter was doing it not because he was an asshole or because he didn't like Allie, it's because he cares so much about Allie that it's like, it's hurting him to see her hurt herself, right?
And
it really makes you think, okay, he's not the best at explaining it, but he is, like, he does care. He didn't get derailed because he was never railed in the first place. The stress really got to him. Same with Ellie. Where she's not a bad person. She just really got stressed. And that's just the big theme of the season. I know some people mean about, I'm so stressed. Oh. It's like, yeah, when you're stressed, you're going to act like an asshole. Yeah, that's just the thing people go through. Circa Allie, circa Gret, circa Rhea. Like, it happens.
Why are the women stressed?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Examples,
I don't know.
I don't know. No.
Why the women's crush?
Like Alec has a bit of it. Alec and Connor and Jake have a bit of it, but it's not nearly as defined as the other three women, right? As the three women in the final
like,
6.
Yeah, but honestly though, I like how like the final 3 women are like really big parts of the story. Each represents something big about the season. Like sure, Gret didn't make the finale, but she was a huge card that's used. It's like very like big, and she'll be remembered though for like how much of impact had in the storyline.
Yep. You weren't there, Tam, because you were getting food, but we were talking about the card game. We were talking to Jenny about the card game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you want to just learn about the lore?
I'm talking about the lore.
Yes.
There's another lore drop here that I don't know your guys' opinion on this. I'm gonna be honest, but Tess mentions the Awake-a-thon.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
No.
Yeah, I was like,
what? That's bad because literally the thing you think about the Wake-a-thon is like Allie dancing and Hunter falling asleep. That's what you think about. Like that's a lack of chemistry moment.
Like
it's tough.
Okay, Imer, it's obviously off screen in universe, and like it's kind of cheap. Like it's a cheap callback. This one was like I'm happy it's there, but it's a bit cheaper than the card game or
it doesn't feel earned at all.
I think it's earned. It's just like man, I wish this was on screen. It's like damn it, I wish this was fucking on screen in DC2.
Yeah,
like maybe we could have had a flashback.
I mean,
like
that would have been cool. That would have been really cool though. A flashback would.
It would be actually cool though. It's like
cool.
what if we've seen moments we've seen before and moments we haven't seen from DC2 and DC1.
Yeah, like
introduce each character.
Like hidden footage.
Like we could see like the Connor.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, or we could see like the Connor and Rhea like the same scene about like him giving the perfume to her, or them on the beach, like about the kiss, and they do kiss this time.
Oh yeah, like
stuff like
moments. That would be really fun. Honestly.
Yeah, like that would be really cool. Like to introduce the characters to everyone and make them remember. Yeah, they did that.
Yeah.
If they did that with Hunter and Allie, I think the scene would be way more powerful. But because they didn't, it's really tough to give the benefit of the doubt because you really can't. Like we'll say the other references hit really well.
I will say,
truthfully though.
Oh yeah, you go. Sorry, Tim.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, truthfully, like the Wake-a-thon episode, that was when it was airing. That was when people were kind of switching onto the Hunt-Allie team.
Yeah, it took one episode. It took 2 episodes.
I know we were so deprived. We were so deprived. It was like.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
What my comment is that it actually is like the reverse effect, where usually these callbacks will appeal to us DC2 heads. This is the one where I feel like people that don't remember DC2 will probably like, oh yeah, they were so close to the Awake-a-thon.
Right.
Like, nope, that wasn't the case at all.
No,
nope.
Like I just
it's the opposite effect.
Yeah,
it's kind of like revisionist history, basically. The scene where it's like, yeah, they were so sweet. Yeah, that's what
I don't think it's revisionist. I don't think it's revisionist. I just think it's off screen.
Yeah,
it didn't happen then.
Like it happened in universe, but it's one of the many gaps that DC2 leaves. And my logic would be like, if it was like Rose would be like, oh, the whole DC2, I was struggling so much because of my struggles. It's like, okay, we didn't see it on screen, but at least like,
I have a question,
at least
though.
it's like vindicating it, I guess. Yep.
But why would Tess say this though? Because she fell asleep before Hunter hanged out with Allie.
Okay, yeah, but people talk, Imer. People talk.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe they talked about events that happen, not shown on camera, like when they hang out and watch episodes.
Okay, you're right. That would have been better. It's like Allie keeps on talking about the Wake-a-thon that night where you were talking all that. That'd been cuter.
Yeah,
that'd been cuter.
Oh, true.
But then Tess is like, I saw you all in the Wake-a-thon. I'm like, no, you didn't.
She never said I saw you in the Wake-a-thon. She said the moment you two spent all night talking, and also all night. Maybe she woke up and saw it, and then she went back to sleep. I don't know.
That would have been such a better line.
Okay,
Imer, Allie's perspective.
You are cooking though. If they showed a flashback, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, like I think if they really were trying to fight for it, that's what you do. But it just felt like, yeah, okay, let's slap in a quick reference. And,
right.
Pick up the next day, maybe change it, and they didn't. Like, that's what it felt at. I'm not saying it's bad writing.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of bit cheap, and it feels like, yeah, now like us because of this one thing, and it's like, oh, if it was a little bit better, then sure.
Yeah.
But like, it was underbaked.
I mean, I disagree. I think like it's underbaked, but that doesn't like diminish the happiness I felt with the scene. Like,
no, okay, I still am happy with
cheap fan service, but I'm still happy. Okay, it's cheap, but I'm happy.
Yeah, like I like the mom stuff. That was great. Like I think the writing nailed the lines on that. Like every part of that was like how like the tone was saying, like how even like saying like Hunter called her to show that this relationship between him and his mom is still continuing. Such a short line just goes to show how narrowly tight a lot of All Stars is. So that's why I love the scene for that. How they're able to use such little words and tell such a big story.
Yeah.
So like that's what I love about that scene.
I've seen a lot of people on Twitter or whatever praise Hunter and Tess now, and that whole storyline. Now that like, oh wow, gee whiz, having the close to the finale would recontextualize it. Who would have guessed that a serialized show would have had that? But
no way.
No way. Are you telling me that like things will change
honestly,
based
though,
on future content?
I do like how the fandom is very like passionate. Like I really do like how like, oh my god, what's happening? Like this is what people should be thinking about, because they're not going to be like questions like, I need to see what happens next to see if it gets better.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously not saying it's bad, but like it's a good way. I got to give the fandom props for like staying loyal a lot to All Stars.
Yeah, and
like the biggest season.
I think a lot of people look at it and see like, oh, okay, so Hunter and Allie, they have their flaws, but like obviously they do care about each other, and Tess, like all three of them care about each other. It's really cute.
Yeah, like every couple besides Gruel care about each other. The fact of the matter is, will they get through it? Like that's what everything like DC story tells of it. Yeah. Is that there's always mutual feelings.
Yeah, I love
like,
this episode.
Will they get past it?
Michael said it himself in like the private chat. Guys, Hunter's cool now. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's true. It's cool to like Hunter now. Which I love. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy.
Okay.
But that's something I see. Yul walks in.
The trio alliance. The trio alliance is back. They're back. The first DC alliance.
Oh my god, yes!
And yet again, and like I understand why it had to be this way, but Yul's not really talking to either of them. He's like talking on behalf of them, I guess. He's not talking directly to either of them.
Right. Yul is. He doesn't find that word to be worthful to him. He's like, I will start the conversation my way.
This is such like
he's still trying to find that power dynamic with them.
This is such a in the background storyline, but I love the little story. It's like Hunter is like starting to hate Yul. I love that.
I know.
It's like right? Stuff like same old guy, and then just like criticizing him in episode 11, and now this. So like Hunter just falling out of friendship with Yul.
Falling out of friendship.
Yeah. It's kind of hilarious because I was watching the scene. I was like, when's Tess gonna throw Yul in the pool? When's she gonna push him in there? Because it's gonna happen. It's right there. Just dunk him in there. Like,
oh my god.
And Fiore shows up. Fiore dunks on Yul. I think Aubrey improv the pimply part. The pimply part wasn't there. To throw back
that part killed me. That was so funny.
That was so good. Like, give Aubrey props. Like, she walked in like a main villain. She's like, "You're not the big shot. I am, loser." Walk online.
The pimply bitch ass that was completely improvised. It was great.
So good.
Perfect.
She found his sore spot.
So yeah, Yul and Fiore. They've only interacted in episode 1 and now episode 19, but it's so funny. And then Hunter, the ultimate payoff. I'm starting to like Fiore, which I was like, yeah.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. This is the ultimate damage control line ever. This is
I told you it's not just Tom. I told you this is totally damage control.
It's not. It's damage. It's like weak damage control though. It's like who cares?
Yeah, like I don't feel like he really meant it, but like it's like tongue in cheek.
I know for a fact because I was pushing for Hunter to acknowledge it, and like Michael actually edited it in this episode, so I'm so happy.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'm happy that they edited it. But yeah, when I saw that line, I was like, oh my god. And like this is why maybe we'll have JMO on for a future episode, but this is why JMO, in real time you got to see him like appreciate the script. You're like, oh, okay.
I know, like I was like JMO and I were kind of dunking on it a bit, and then like JMO tuned in and I'm like, wait, what is he hitting?
And it's not over.
My god.
It's not over just yet. But yeah, and Tess says by the way, Tess has like the most lines this episode. Tess has like 19 lines. Tess talks a lot. Aiden also talks a lot, man. I think Aiden, Tom, Hunter, and Tess are like the ones that yap the most this episode.
Yeah. Tom had a dump. He had like a truth dump.
Yeah. So yeah, and Tess says like, oh, it's better when she's someone else's enemy and not yours. And then Yul has I can win some god-awful money from this god-awful show. This isn't over. And yeah.
I loved Mark's delivery.
Yeah.
Like, especially this isn't over. I felt like he thinks he's so good at himself. Like, all right, I'm amazing. I'll get this easy win. I'll get that money. Life will be great.
Yeah. And then before we end, we have 3 more confessionals. Rhea says that oh, I have a disadvantage. Connor did this. No, he didn't. I think that's an artifact line because Connor did give her the disadvantage in the original draft, but now it's just Fiore's free will, right? So I think that was like an artifact of that. So it's a little awkward.
This is the whole episode 7 again. Rio's like, I knew it when Fiore went home.
Kind
like,
of. So like in the original draft, Connor did have to do with it, but like now he didn't, so that's kind of awkward. But yeah, and she got Yul. Now I guess I got 2 disadvantages. I thought that was funny. Allie's like, I know Hunter is mean to Fiore, but I'm not. Is it bad I'm not thrilled to have her as a helper? Fiore's known to suck. She sucks at challenges. I'm like, yeah, that's cute. Cam, you really wanted there to be, and I'm not good with kids.
Yeah.
It refers to that.
That'd be so
That's so sad. That would have been.
I love that little story, Allie, Hunter, and like how they view kids. It's so funny.
I know. Like, oh god. Do not have kids in the future.
Again,
Allie,
it's been like 30 weeks, but some of these interactions are still so like, what the fuck to me? Like Hunter and Fiore is still so weird to me. Allie and Fiore is still so weird to me.
Yes.
Tess and Ellie is so weird to me. Like, God. And of course, we have Jake's last line, James. Oh dear God.
Oh dear God.
This just proves that Jake can have
I
four words in an episode, and people still be mad at Jake, even though he has 4 words in the episode.
Yeah. Jake ate up that line though, because that was his very first kind of thing. James taking out James. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
He really seems haunted by it.
But yeah, no. What do you think of the helpers, Imer? I know that like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, it's probably gonna be Jake and Tom. It's gonna be boring. But no, it's Allie Fiore,
I
Jake
like
James,
it.
Rhea Yul.
Honestly.
Like, the 3 funniest characters are the helpers.
Yeah. I think it's gonna go a long way. Because like I think people are like I'm gonna guess this. I feel like a lot of the benches, they might not even be benches. It's like a whole gladiator thing shown in Jared's image he posted. So I feel like it's gonna be very intriguing how the helpers are influenced and the people who are not participating at the moment have an effect on the finale. Because
so curious.
Just because, let's say someone gets eliminated first, like their story's ended. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do an Ellie and have her like just like get up in the ground and have one confessional. Like, there's probably more at play because these characters are very controversial. That they need a little more time to like get that satisfying and a big thing is getting them outside of the game. And I think those 2 characters being outside the game are Rhea and Allie, which is why. Playing devil's advocate for this, I really think the final 2 has to be girls. The girls are gonna get it.
Yeah, girls get it done
to the end.
It's the boys reference, but sadly Genesis is AFK.
Yeah, it is a boys reference.
The show The Boys. Girls get it
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I love these helpers.
That's exactly this reference.
I remember, like, when we read it, we were so hyped for these helpers. We were like, yeah, it's gonna be good.
I know. Oh my god.
All these people have never been helpers before. That's very intriguing.
I mean, very few people, I feel like, have been helpers before.
Like, out of the options who are candidate helpers, like a lot of them would be repeats, like good candidates.
Yeah.
And it's because they can hold this episode up on their own accord. This time they're going for chaos, and I love it.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's episode 19, everyone. Very long. Long scene by scene, but we're finally done. It's a great episode. So, yeah, now we go to the last part of the podcast, MVP, LVP. Oh my god.
All right, Jpeg, go for your LVP. Jpeg, do your LVP. You're going first.
It's a good question. I don't know. Like, I don't want to put Yul because Jenny already put Yul. Like, I'm just going to say Jenny said LVP Yul, MVP Nina. Which is, like, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all the Yul hate.
Okay, so I'm gonna. You know what?
You said I'll go first. Okay, fine. You go first.
I don't know if you're going right now. That's the thing. I tell Jpeg. You want to go right now?
No, you go.
Okay. I was very close to put this person, but because I feel like they didn't bring enough to this episode yet, and I know they'll probably have better in the future, I'm giving my LVP for Connor.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. You're giving your LVP to Connor?
LVP. Yes.
Oh. My goodness. Imer.
I was very close to giving it to Miriam, but at least she had the charades and like helping Connor out and showing her frustrations with Rhea. Connor had the least amount of content because that's the reason they're going for this episode. I'm willing to bet on that.
Yeah.
But like, I just think right now I can't reward it because even though I like that he's little, it doesn't mean he's good. So I'm gonna like toss him over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's understandable.
Hmm.
Who wants to go next?
Who wants to go next? I will go next
my God,
for
I
my
can't.
LVP.
I-
I will pick. I don't know. I don't know. I like everyone in this episode. There's no one I don't like.
Well, you gotta put in LVP because I was under pressure, so should you.
Okay, fine. I'll put Yul. Fine.
Oh my
I'll be
God, you better
boring.
explain
I'll
yourself.
be boring. I'll pick Yul. He called Gret mean things. He had like moments of redemption, but then nope, money and fame and all that stuff swayed him again. It's like why? Like what? How are you gonna earn it? How are you gonna like? This is
What
not
do you
gonna
mean
work.
why? That's what we want for Yul. We want him to
Like, do you
that.
want Yul redeemed? Like, I get
Yeah.
it.
No, like I don't get the
Maybe
logic
show-
in Yul's head. He lost everything, so he gets more screen
When
time.
have you ever gotten the logic from his head?
Yul's a crazy person. Like, he's not crazy, but he's a madman.
What do you
That's
mean?
a
Like
standard
I
Yul.
those are like my classmates. It's like I get it. I live through them. Like I get their logic.
Oh
They're
my
just assholes
God.
for the sake of being assholes. But what's the logic in Yul's head? Like what? He has more screen time. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna be nice the whole time? I don't know. We'll see.
He's gonna look cooler on camera when he does like these awesome sabotages.
I mean, he'll just take
Oh
his,
my
he'll just take
God.
his shirt off, and like on his chest it'll be like his phone number, so you can like contact him.
That'd
Oh.
be so funny if like Yul just made like he's like, you can buy my phone number. Just gotta give me loads of money.
I'm like, whatever. True. I'd give him my whole checkings account.
Like other than the hosts,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone deserves LVP. Like I liked everything in this episode, even Yul. I kind of liked him. I thought it was a fun character study.
Yeah,
But-
but like,
He was probably the worst in this episode, like in terms of being an asshole.
yeah, fair. All right,
Yeah.
then. That leaves it off to our amazing Tam.
Oh my God.
Put for LVP?
I don't know. My pick is gonna be like a kind of a weak pick. It's like low hanging fruit, maybe.
Oh, I know.
Not to the point of host, but
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm choosing between either Ashley or Lake. Oops.
What did Lake do this episode?
Nothing. This was
I don't. I
Actually-
considered putting Lake, but then Lake would finally be on the MVP LVP board, and I don't think she deserves that. So
Ooh, that's true.
because Lake is the only contestant that hasn't been on the board of MVP or LVP ever.
That's hilarious, man.
That's so funny. Oh my God, I love Lake, but like
Hunter has never
Wow,
been
so Tam-
Hunter has never been LVP, and Tom has never been MVP. I think that's kind of funny.
Wait, who? Wait, say that again.
Hunter has never been LVP, and Tom has never been MVP.
Oh, let's see if that will continue. Oh my God.
I mean,
Oh.
if we had Marks or our original guest, then they probably one of them would
Oh,
have
yeah.
Tom as MVP, but they no one.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
spoiler
us.
alert.
It's literally up to Tam, Jpeg, and I.
Yeah.
Tom makes MVP.
Tom ain't on nobody's mind here. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Tam's
Chase.
so brash about it. Like, she knows.
Right? Oh my God, just saying. Yeah, I'll just go with Ashley then. I'm not really
Thank God Genesis
not really
muted.
feeling it.
Thank God Genesis.
I know.
You know what also?
Thank
I'm
goodness.
gonna sneak you a note. Ashley
Mhm.
did kind of like the charades. She kind of played a bit extra. And
Right.
like that answer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what a show
She
off. Guys,
right.
but like she's showing how smart she is. Like, guys, come on.
like no.
You have to be
No,
nice to
no,
Ashley.
no, no.
Be nice to the queen. Come on. Sorry,
Girl,
Genesis.
you did not do that. You googled it.
You googled it.
Ain't no cowgirl gonna know that. Yeah.
Last
And then
one.
she said she was proud of those two gremlins. Like, girl.
last but not least, MVP time. I am going to give it to Hunter. I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute this episode. It was cute.
You guys said that like it was like a hot take or something.
I thought it was cute. It was cute, boy.
Oh. Oh, you
Talked about his mom. You know, talked about the Awakeathon, made a cute drawing. Had a little moment with Fiore. Yeeted, talked to Aiden. Yeeted Nina. You know, what didn't he do this episode? He did a lot this episode. Played the card game, said "Putty please," had an AB psych joke. I don't know. This is Hunter served. Hunter did so much this episode.
Okay.
It's crazy.
You know what? I think it'd be funny if we put Sam in the hot seat again. I'll go. My
God.
MVP will be Hunter also. I feel like the staircase scene where we get to see Hunter and Tess's bond grow. We get to see Hunter's personality shine. That's been kind of hidden because he's been really drained out. Being in the motel has really helped him get the energy he's desired. And then we get to see how he's so tired of Yul still. How he's growing up to Fiore a little more. He's I think this is what people wanted. Because Hunter would have some fear for someone like Fiore if he's his normal self, but because he was very messed up at the time because of all the drama, he's kind of lost his happiness spark. Seeing him call his mom to try and get it back, it's very in character for him because he seems like the type of person who would want advice. So I think for that reasons alone, we give him MVP because he was very independent this episode and he really showed it well.
Yeah.
I don't think I can pick Yul because no, he didn't learn. He's not doing his best right now. But I will give up for Mark's. Of course, his performance is always top tier. I don't know. I can't choose James though either because he was speaking facts sometimes, and he's also a walrus, so I love that for him. But yeah, I feel like Hunter deserves this. He deserves a little sweep because before this episode was went through the changes and rewrites and stuff, he was kind of in a precarious state. So right the high that people had with him being eliminated, I feel like this was a strong episode for Hunter to really show what he's about and finally bring his character full circle and I miss this. I love it. Hunter was such a mysterious character to me.
I thought you were gonna say Hunter was such a mistake in DC2.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, look.
A little bit, a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is what DC2 Hunter was trying to get out, but
look, we can look
back
what
happened with DC2
at the DC trilogy, and we can no longer say that Hunter is the worst character, and I'm really happy about that.
Oh my god, yes, let's go.
And I'm really happy about that. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Say it.
It's Carol.
Okay. I mean, I would say Oliver, but that's.
Oliver, yeah, but at least Oliver's not much on my screen.
I will continue to not be on your screens for the rest of the season. But yeah.
Oliver, yeah, too, actually, yeah.
What do we say? We were shitting on Oliver.
My recording is not fucked up.
We were shitting on Oliver?
Shoot.
That's what we were doing. We were shitting
on
Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James and Aiden were doing stuff or whatever.
Yeah. He's a little freak. It's like he knows what's going on. He knows what's going on.
Right.
He knows what he's doing.
He's 29-30.
Exactly.
He's like, I don't know. And he's like, guys, you say if you need helmets, but he's also like, hey, what if they did the WAP dance? He's a little fetish weirdo, horny weirdo.
He's like Mickey Mouse.
Oh my god.
Can you guys twerk for me? Would that be a fun challenge?
Are we keeping this in?
What do you mean, are we keeping this in? Of course we're keeping it in. We're shitting on Oliver. It's funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is wild.
And Oliver is just extension of Michael's ideas.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
it's all Michael's fault.
Michael's fault. He had to improv that.
Okay, it's not Michael's fault.
No.
I wonder if if Michael is
that was so funny.
when he improvs Oliver, is he playing into the idea that Oliver is this little weirdo, or is he
Yeah,
I think most definitely is.
But a high pitched voice.
Most definitely is.
I love.
Like he literally has his tongue sticking out the camera. Like he's a freak.
I love Michael's Oliver because it's so like hard to tell that him and Connor are the same voice actor. Like I love that so much. It's so hard. To
I
tell.
know,
Yeah,
right?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take you
seriously.
out of the show. Like Kieran's two people that are the same. It's just like they're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael's range.
I like how
That's
it's
like the
not
same
like
with
a
Cat-
stereotypical nerd either. It's like I know that it's very easy to go,
Hi, actually, that's like not the correct formula.
but it's not like a stereotypical nerd, right? Which I think
Right.
is cool. Right. It's more like just a high pitched voice who just so happens to be nerdy. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Perfect. That's all that's needed.
Yeah, same with Kat as Miriam and Emily. I remember people are shocked
Yeah,
when they found that out.
I know.
Really?
Like this is obviously not as big of a role, but like Radix or like the nun.
Yeah, right.
Like-
The nun, yeah.
Oh my god, what the?
I feel like Lake and Tess is kind of obvious if you really look out for it. The problem is that in DC2, neither of them got that much screen time. So it's like they didn't have a lot of time.
I feel like it's still hidden well though. Like I feel like you can like tell for a moment, and you're like, yeah, I could see that, but like you like what's it called? Like see it or without thinking about that, and it's like, yeah, they sound a bit different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, that's all for now, everyone. Thanks for listening to this Disventure Dispatch. This was quite a small episode, but it was a very long episode, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed. We have 2 more episodes to go for the main series, and that'll be it for the episodic reviews. After that, it'll be different. So.
Oh no.
Aww.
So this is it, fam.
He's saying, oh no. Yeah, enjoy it while you can.
Yep.
Dispatch is coming to a close, but once the chapter closes, a shorter book opens, I guess.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.
Remember,
Bye.
Oliver is a wild person. You should never let him photograph or anything. That's all.